All right, welcome everyone to another exciting session of Tales of Tellos, the Steam Age. I'm your humble Dungeon Master DM Order, and I'm joined by these awesome individuals who are the heroes of the campaign. Plus one, we have an extra guest character today. I know last week and the week before we had one guest character with things. We're gonna have another one for this session and potentially next session for it. So we're happy to have that, and this is going to be a fun session. For those who are unfamiliar, if you're this is your first time joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you, and if you're a return viewer, welcome again. We're excited to have you watching this part of the Giant Wars. If any of you are curious about any of the previous episodes, they are uploaded on our YouTube channel, Castles and Calamity. So feel free to check it out for it if you'd like. It may take a while if you're going to try to go through from session one all the way here, because there's been 86 episodes thus far, and we're only half or more than halfway through the campaign for it. Aim 150, we're right now on 87. But if you're curious to know, you're right now in a good time to come in. Basically, it's a war. The giants are trying to wipe out all the mortal races, and the heroes and mortal races are fighting back. Let's go into a quick recap of what happened last time on session 86 as we go into session 87. So last time on the Tales of Tellos, battles against the giants had begun after the Endless War had unleashed their wrath and empowered the giants to go berserk. The giants continue to damage and attack the cities and rural areas. However, answering the call were heroes from all the different parts of the continent. And here in for our specific heroes, the Crimson Peacekeepers, they fought against hill giants, fire giants, cloud giants, and a storm giant for it. It was an epic battle where literally the storm giant threw a lightning bolt right from the beginning, and the group just completely neutralized several of my giants with hypnotic pattern and other psychic abilities, and then banishing my storm giant for a while so that they can deal with the fire giants on the rooftops. It was a cool battle. Eventually, Big Red hacked and slashed his way through the fire giants and then delivered the final blow against the storm giant. Afterwards, the group was exhausted. They said their goodbyes to Kadir, a new friend that they had made through the battles, and then heard from Revenos, the Sliver of Grace, that he was returning to collect them, as the Endless War had been defeated for the sixth time, and that the end of the world had been forestalled once more. And I see baby. um, sorry. Uh, the group learned in Rithtyre that 13% of the population had been decimated and devoured, destroyed by the giants in the first few hours of their initial attack. And now, a week has passed since that event. The group has been helping fight the giants. It has been war on all fronts. And right now, the battle is starting to turn. No longer, after a week, are the groups and the governments completely caught off guard. Defenses have been made. Resources are starting to be focused, and peace talks between the East and the West are ongoing. Oh, in that week, the generals of all the different sides are focusing on the protection of refugees and key areas of defense, of necessary defense, as they call it. And the Crimson Peacekeepers have been called in the government of Nonabel to help protect the town of Beit Mia. It is a town known for its waterfalls, and its central location in the middle of this government is critical. Not only does it connect different parts with like the northwest, the south, and the east with the capital, it also is an excellent source for water due to its rift into the water elemental plane for it. That is your mission for this for this session. You all have been called upon by General Al Manzor Al Gamal, who has asked you all to help defend and shore up their lines and the different sides of the city. A giant army is marching towards the city. It has split up into different parts. They are trying to cover each part, north, south, east, and west, for it. And you all will defend one side of it. Before we get into that officially, though, let's do some quick rolls for things. I want everyone, including our guest character, please roll me a d20. Let's see how things are going as you all are about to go to a meeting with things. All right, let's see. So Lance with a 13. Damien with 13. Wow, two 13s in a row.
My Steam Age just isn't loading.
Yeah, I was about to say, someone might need to roll for me because mine's
Oh, there we go.
not.
Maybe
Sure,
Mine's
I'll
not
roll
going.
for you, Erlon.
Yeah,
Not
please.
a problem.
I clicked it, but I don't know if it worked.
It did. I see you rolled a 9.
I did?
Yeah. And Erlon, I rolled for you a 15.
Oh well, shit. Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I've ever gotten.
Damien and Lance, if you'd kindly roll another d20. This is rolly since you both rolled a 13. A 6 and a 14. Great. So we'll go with Lance first and then Damien. So give me 1 sec. All right. So with that being said, Erlon, what is Erlon feeling or doing as he's about to go to this meeting? It's been 1 week. Your legends have been growing very quickly about you as a giant slayer, but the toll is great as you have heard and seen a lot of people dying and the atrocities that the giants have committed. What is Erlon's mood this week, or what is something you think he would be feeling in this moment?
You didn't even bring up the saddest part. My gym's gone.
Your gym is gone. Yeah. Patha survived. And he did say that he was already planning on opening up a new location. So it's not end of everything, but yeah, you went a full week without going to the gym.
It's sad.
That hurts. For a lot of gym goers. Sucks when you break that
no, I mean probably just wanting to see what people have heard or what people are saying. Not just of himself, but of everybody. But like I guess trying to just update himself with everything that's been happening, with all the toll of people dying, probably just not obviously in the most lackluster of moods, like not very happy. So really just dreading what he may have been able to stop, or at least made a little bit not as bad. I guess what we said 13% was in the end.
Correct. That was the initial day. The death toll has increased slowly.
Risen to what?
You haven't gotten yet another sense.
Okay. Well, now knowing that that's a possibility, it's probably going to be even worse. So yeah.
Correct. So we'll see how it goes. But great. Awesome. Roll. Have you been able to get into Roll20 yet, or not yet?
Yes, it should be 100% good.
Okay, awesome. Roll me.
Let me know if you see it.
Now roll me a d20 because I want to see if you trigger something.
It would have been better.
Let's
see if it works.
That one.
Ooh, oh my god, I got 19.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, TM is flustered.
No, it's not flustered. I was going to see if this was going to be later on, but as you're going to the meeting, you hear something. Excuse me, Big Red.
Oh, that's me.
You turn around and you see there is a gnome with a camera, and behind her is a blue dragonborn with another camera, and there seems to be a little light glowing and flickering on their cameras. And you see the female gnome says, "Hi, great to meet you. My name is Ninita. I'm a reporter covering the giant wars with everything. Do you have a chance to potentially do an interview with regards to how the Crimson Peacekeepers have been with the war?"
The paparazzi, of course.
Of course. Okay, great. By the way, if you do the interview, you will be late right now.
Oh, it's okay. Priorities.
Okay. So you will be late for the meetings and potentially the battles to come.
Priorities.
Okay. So you guys will start in the fight without Big Red. That will be it.
Whoa, wait, you said possibly.
Yeah, well, I'm about to roll for it.
Oh, see?
So, I mean, if you risk it for the biscuit, unless you're going to ask for something else like a rain check, but...
I have to talk about myself.
Bring her with you. She can do a live in field reporting.
What? That's a good idea. Can we do that?
Lance magically comes, and he is the second one. So Lance, you see this. First off, what is Lance's thoughts for the week of the war?
Lance is having a very bad moral dilemma right now because he's very there's the very small part of him as a necromancer that wants to put out the "I'll buy your family's bodies so you don't have to bury them" uh, posters, a la Celtic, but he he's mostly wrestling with that and studying, and the thing we talked about, you said
Yeah.
would be available
After the-
after
yeah.
the session. Okay.
Correct.
But yes, that is what he's focused on, is
Yeah, and
that
I will
moral
say,
dilemma and studying all the giant corpses that he does have.
yeah, roll a d20 to see if any emergency laws have been passed on necromancy due to the atrocities of the war. None yet. So there is no laws that have yet been done to curb necromancy during this time. Perhaps
Lance
because...
puts that flyer out. He does. He
Okay.
just posts it like in.
So what is the
We're
going
in.
rate for Lance to buy bodies from grieving families?
What does a funeral cost?
Depends on what kind. Like if someone wants a normal
What is a
fire
poor
burning,
person funeral cost?
with a I'm gonna answer it. Because of the war, it has changed. So are we talking about just like poor person, like, hey, my all the bodies being laid together, burning all the bodies at the same time with a cleric doing a prayer service? Or are we talking about individual services for a family that scrounges up a single burial?
Let's do that one.
Okay. For that one, it would be, I would say, 300 silver.
Lance is offering 100 silver a body plus a very nice tombstone, and he would fabricate a bunch of them and then just quickly scratch the names in them for them.
Okay.
So they don't have to. They can still set up the memorial tombstone.
Yeah. So you're offering a third of the price for it as a kind of as an incentive,
right?
To capture the body.
And he'll still make you the tombstone.
Okay.
But he'll pay you 100 silver instead of it costing you 300 silver.
Great.
And you get a nice tombstone to remember your family member or friend or whatever.
Awesome.
Limit 2 corpses per person for trade-in, so we don't have corpse stealers just bringing him like hundreds of corpses.
Well, we'll do some rolls after this game, but you do set up the flag because it's been only a week. So you're do that, and we'll see if how long it takes for government legislation to stomp it out and such. But that's what Lance has been doing.
Lance has enough money and power that he could probably make sure that bill doesn't happen.
Yeah, we'll see. Jesus. Okay. Now you see this with Big Red, and that Big Red is about to potentially miss the meeting and be delayed for the battles ahead. What are you saying to Big Red? And
why are you making this seem like it's so negative?
Lance just walks up and goes, "Hey, why don't, if you want to interview him, let's walk and interview, because we have something that we need to go to, and that way maybe afterwards I think we're going to need to do something, and you can get some infield action shots of him."
Perfect. We already have permits to be here, so to do it, paid good money for it, but we'll be happy to, if you guys are willing to protect us on the front lines, we'll be happy to film live, not live, record the Crimson Peacekeepers defending Beit Mia.
See, protecting's my middle name. All right.
I will give you 2 skeletons to stand guard with you as well.
Lance, I can do it myself.
I understand. I'm just giving them their own personal skelly guard.
Yep.
Fine.
So in case
You're
you
right.
get
I'm probably gonna
distracted
be
and
busy
you have
with
to
Alice.
climb a giant's head and split it open from the top down, I know that's a long distance for you, so that may take a while. You can't leave him alone that long.
They are
That's fair.
still
That's fair.
recording, mind you, this whole conversation.
Of course they are.
And Lance just looks at the gnome and goes, "No offense."
None taken.
Joke, yeah.
And the blue dragonborn just is still nodding with the cat as a cat. All right. That is Lance. Let's go to Damien. Damien, you're going to this meeting and you've heard about the Crimson Peacekeepers being this up and coming elite group of adventurers rivaling like the Dawn Callers in this local area, or sorry, excuse me, the Paragons in this local area. What's Damien's mood or thoughts after 1 week has passed since the giant wars have begun and tragedy struck?
It's probably a combination of intense grief after losing someone very special to him. Probably quite a bit of nervousness because he's not really like a warrior. He's just a librarian. He's not been in war. He doesn't really know what that's going to be like or whether he can be helpful. But at the same time, he's feeling very driven to be helpful because, he wants to end this.
Perfect. All right. And you've already cast your spells in preparation because they last a while for it. And you have your familiar with you and you go to attend this meeting and we'll do character introductions in a moment for it. Awesome. Alice, what is Alice thinking or her experience been this last week since the Giant Wars begun and her being here nearby her home turf in Nonabel, Zarek being just a few dozen miles away?
So this past week, could she have spent it in Zarek?
Yeah,
Like we
you guys
oh,
have
okay.
been
Okay.
doing relief all across. As the only area you're not able to go to is Timosh because that door got broken.
Yeah. No, she's definitely been spending a lot of time in Zarek. One, making sure her house is still there. And two, she's trying to pull people together during this time, and she still wants to have that charity ball, but now she wants to have it for the like relief of Zarek in general, just to help rebuild and help the people who lost everything versus the people who, still have everything.
Yeah.
So she's kind of just been focusing her attention on like going to the temples and seeing if like what people need, but just, Alice's Band-Aid. Yes, that's going to be the name of my charity ball.
Awesome. Roll me a D20.
I'm famously good at these. Yay.
That's fine. You do make friends with Queen, the local a local baker in Zarek. She's the owner of Queen's Creamy Donuts. She makes sure anytime you're going by, she offers you a free donut.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah. She's giving free donuts also to like for the shelters and everything for the refugees. So that would be the only other thing that she's able to do. That's how you kind of cross paths. So awesome. All right. Let's go to Chance. Chance, what has Chance been doing the last week? Or her feelings the last week since the Giant Wars began?
She's pretty exhausted. She's been doing mutual aid, harmony stuff, working with all the refugees, with the stuff that the government isn't providing. Like the government is doing like basic, food, shelter, I assume. And she's like actually talking to people, like taking down names, asking questions, where they're from, if they want to return, et cetera, so that when we get to post-war, we'll have that, helping people try to like locate their families, putting together networks, bulletin boards, and when she can, sending, but it's also going to be a lot of bulletin boards where people could, look, setting up that sort of stuff that isn't a government relief.
Gotcha. Awesome. Roll me a d20 as well. Okay, things are going very well. You've been able to be very effective with what you've been trying to do. There was an incident that, because of, like, in this city in particular, with the Windy Farms, where a lot of refugees were trying to steal certain animals because they're starving. And Jordan, the owner there, that you had met previously, was upset and even getting constables or even threatening to shoot certain people because it's also his livelihood and everything. Desperate times, people are acting very erratically, and you were able to step in and try to intercede and calm things down, and not let things flare out of control with, like, certain incidents happening in the city for it. So you're helping curb a lot of the violence while trying to help keep the refugees with with a lot of their, not just their basic needs, but other needs for it. Great. Any with that scenario that I just said, would Chance have tried to just, like, assuage or try to how would she handle that sort of situation with, like, desperate refugees trying to steal cattle or chickens or pigs, when that's the livelihood of these farmers who are also trying to produce those things to keep their family from starving, and other, got to breed the animals so that there's more food for the future.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the kind of the part of, like, finding out what the government is missing. Like, if these people are stealing animals, is that because they're not getting enough food from the government? In the refugee camps, is that because the refugee camps aren't getting enough food? Is that because they're just
Hungry, like,
well, they shouldn't be hungry if they're getting food. Like, that's the
yeah.
to try to find out what the motivation is. Like, why are they doing this?
I would say it's mostly food and money. Food, because even in the refugee camps, there are rations. So some people they're getting enough to survive. Then probably a lot of them are hungry at night and going to sleep on empty stomachs. And some of them are trying to steal because, oh, we can make quick cash and then do other things that we need with that cash, whether that's more food, medicine, or trying to get a ticket or do something.
Yeah. Well, that's what she's trying to, like, okay, what are these needs? Okay, there's not enough food. That's when she's going to go to the mutual aid networks. Like, what are is Windy Farms willing to, do more, or the bakeries, or where can we get more food? Trying to work through, cooperative, rather than, violence.
Yep.
And then as far as the people that are stealing, again, what are their needs? What is not being, and kind of making those lists, assuring people that, okay, like, yeah, you need to get someplace else. Here's when we can do it. Here's how we can arrange it. You don't need to, like, steal money to try to get a train ticket at, scalper prices. Like, we have the resources. We have people who can help you. You don't have to resort to this.
Awesome. And that is what you're able to do with that 17. So sweet. Let's go to Zanny. What is Zanny's mood or thoughts after the endless war has been defeated and this last week of the giant wars?
I mean, she's relieved that at least that much is over. But, like, there's still just always a sense of there's just more shit to do. So she is on like her old, like, work schedule, like actual work schedule, when she, like, worked as a doctor. So she's, like, early up in the morning, and she's off to the triage centers, and she's hitting 2 or 3 a day, making sure everybody's doing okay. Just doing follow-ups on patients and stuff like that. But then at night, before she comes back home, she is checking in with whoever's heading up military operations, and she's still participating in like guerrilla tactics with the armies. Like just even while everything else is going on, every night she is participating in like extra guerrilla operations. She does not go to bed with her spell slots unused on without blowing up some motherfucker that's trying to kill people.
Yep. Awesome. Roll me a d20. You are effective. You do initially the first few days you are literally defending like the cities of Jedna and the city of Zarek from giant incursions. Afterwards, after the first 3 days, the attacks pretty much taper off as the giants are no longer, at least at this moment, targeting the big cities. They're now shifting all their attention and destroying towns and completely obliterating the rural areas. Their goal now is to destroy all sources for foods and other things for the cities when spring comes.
You said that's probably like a few days in.
Yeah, a few days in.
That's probably when Zanny actually starts getting full nights of sleep.
Yep. I will say you also well, yeah, I think that'll be it. You are able to do a good amount. Roll me a medicine check as well, since you are doing a lot of medical doctoring. And I'll give you advantage on this because you are with other doctors, nurses, and in hospitals. Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's very good.
Because the first one was an 11.
I have +9, but that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. 23. There you go. There it is. You are quickly becoming well known as Dr. Glory Song. Wait, how would you do? Dr. Glory Song or Dr. Ventiri?
Literally everybody. I get in, like, we're in a time crunch. I introduce myself as Dr. Zanny, and that's it.
Okay. The legends of Dr. Zanny are circulating throughout the medical field, the medical tents and everything. Great. You all are summoned to the by General Al-Manzor. Al-Manzor welcomes you, gives you the lay of the situation happening. You also notice a individual who you see in one corner. Damien, would you like to introduce your character?
You see a gentleman who's fairly lean in body type, about 6'2", wearing a gray suit. He has a monocle over his left eye, and he has a cane. He's tapping his foot slightly impatiently while looking at everyone, and as he notices that people are starting to make eye contact with him, he makes eye contact and nods and says, "Well met. My name is Damien Wall. I am an abjuration wizard who has been working as a librarian for the Fountain Library here in Beit Mia for quite some time. Unfortunately, recently, I went to Zarek for the purpose of collecting some tombs from the West Zarek Library and bringing these valuable tombs back to our library to help enhance it even further. Everything was going well and my spirits were strong until the attack happened. I lost Sarah in the attack. She was my wife. I don't have a lot of attack spells. I don't have a lot of experience. But I hear you all do. And if I can give you my aiding hand, my support through the magic that I know, if we can fell these cursed giants together, perhaps the weight on my heart will be lifted just slightly. So I look to you all for aid.
Peacekeepers respond.
a like 4 foot tall gnome, and like the last half foot is hair with an eye patch, just walks up and says, "You're really proper. Did you say wife?"
Damien kind of grimaces at him and goes, "Yes, quite. Well, it does aid in manners to be a librarian, I suppose. My vernacular has always been rather astute. But yes, my wife, Sarah Wall. She was eaten, I hear, by a hill giant.
Okay. Oh. Zanny like locks eyes with Alice, like just
Alice,
what the fuck?
your character, and then what does she do when she sees Zanny locking eyes with her?
Well, I was gonna ask first if he's well-to-do enough that I know his family name.
I would say roll a. This is going to be a high check, but roll a history check. The wall. There's lots of families that have Walls as their last name. You've heard of a few, but you're not sure if this is any nobility or anyone that just also is part of that greater family surname.
Okay. Alice is just staring back at Zanny like, what do you want me to do with this man? He's clearly beneath me. Alice is gonna come sweeping over. She's, 5'9.5", I think. Or 5'10", one of the two. She's wearing heels, she's 5'10". She's got these long chestnut brown waves. She's dressed to the nines, despite the fact that she is surrounded by people with large weapons. She looks very out of place here. We're talking big skirt, very classical Victorian dress type deal, and she's gonna come over and just put her hand in yours and go, Alice Mazer, the pleasure's all yours.
Before
darling."
that, roll a dexterity.
Dex- Who's pushing me over?
The dress.
The gods, because of your pride. You almost trip, but you don't. You could say like someone's beneath you, so I'm gonna make you roll a save.
That
I
rock
did
found
not
you.
say.
No,
I did not. No, not the rock again.
Didn't say it, but I will
Okay.
make you. Your pride, your hubris. You don't trip, but you almost think you're about to trip. Let that be a warning.
Oh, okay. Well, Alice is gonna go with her standard greeting of Alice Mazer. It's the pleasure is all yours.
Indeed, the pleasure is mine. I hope to meet your standards.
Damien, roll me a history check for it. For her specifically.
Okay. Let's see.
Alice in your head is just like,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
no,
I got
honey,
to
you don't
turn
need to
off
be rude. He
the
just lost his wife.
auto advantage.
No worries. So with a 24, because that was the first one you rolled, you'd be aware. You've heard of the Mazer family. They are a very affluent family, particularly the husband who is part of Papery Industries, one of the owners of a factory that produces paper, which you as a librarian would appreciate. Except you've heard of certain scandals in recent times with them, the factory burning down.
I've heard the name Mazir. Some of the finest books, the pages were printed from your company, from your family. I give you my thanks.
Alice is entirely taken aback by someone not commenting on the factory burning down. She is still very much holding your hand, and she actually just holds onto it and starts to pat it. And she's like, I am sorry to hear about your wife, darling. It's never easy to lose someone you love so dearly.
Truly.
Awesome.
Alice can just probably talk to her.
Yeah. Erland, I see you unmuting. Did you want to say anything also?
No. I literally just said what I said. Alice could probably just talk to her anyways.
Alice just glaring at Erland.
So, okay, very quickly, if no one else wants to say anything, just introduce what your character looks like and at least their name. Let's start with the redhead in the group.
So yeah, as you hear that comment about Alice's lovely, we'll say quote unquote skills, you will see kind of a taller than normal small folk coming over to you. Buff as fuck, and ripped sleeves, of course, messy hair, red of the sort. comes over to you with a big axe. Well, not axe isn't in hand, but he'll definitely hold his arm out to meet you. Name's Big Red. Big Red. You can call me Erlon though.
Damien kind of winces at the size of the battle axe, wondering how many people and other things you've murdered with it. He sort of slowly like removes Alice's hands from him and with like a tiny bit of tremor clasps your hand and just says the word pleasure.
That's nothing to be afraid of unless you piss me off. It's Legend Carver.
I'll be sure to mind my manners.
No, I mean, you'll be fine. I mean, if you actually hit the standards of Alice, then you're definitely over the standards that I have.
Awesome. Let's go to the other redhead, the Devilkin, if she would like to describe her character and introduce her character.
Chance is a red-skinned Devilkin, probably wearing, weather-appropriate clothing for the region, no weapons, and she'd just be like, I'm sorry to hear about your wife. I haven't been to the library here. Is it large?
The Fountain Library is a sight to behold for sure.
I may have to visit it. We have books in common.
He lightens up a little bit. Oh, what a pleasure. We'll have to exchange favorite books at some point. I would absolutely love to have more literature to read.
Oh, certainly. I'm a writer myself.
And a writer as well. Perhaps I can read one of your works.
Someday, yes.
Yes. First, there are matters to attend to.
And last but certainly not least, the Toe King himself, if he'd like to describe his character and any other introductions he does with Damien.
You see standing in the corner, watching all of these guys and pinching the bridge of his nose, mostly when Alice and Erlon are talking. He looks at you and goes, "Hi, I'm Lance Blacksands. He's a human. He's 6'5". He has long black hair and is wearing all black despite the heat. He also carries a cane. But you do notice as he moves, he has a sword on his hip and a shield on his back and is carrying multiple bags of holding. He's like, and you said you were a wizard. I'm a wizard too. Although I'm a different kind of wizard.
Oh yeah, I'm also a wizard. Partially.
When he says that he's also a wizard, Damien kind of instinctively activates his monocle to like see what magic is on him.
There is so much. There is carrying a lot of magical items, the bags of holding, and the
sword's magic, the shield's magic, the cane's magic.
The cane
the cape
specifically.
The cape is magic.
Yeah, for a moment. The cane, and you notice this about everyone else, Damien. There are certain items each of them possess that seem to be way off the scale of potential like legendary type magics. Lance's cane, you notice there's a pocket watch that suddenly seems to be like shining immensely from Chance. You see the Erlon, his great axe. You definitely see a lot of legendary level magics within this group.
There's like a moment where he loses his composure and his mouth just kind of like drops open a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes glaze, and then he kind of shakes too and he goes, yes, I can see you're a wizard of quite some report. I hope to learn much from you. And his hand is now very visibly shaking while he goes to shake his hand.
Yeah, Lance shakes his hand and would notice and be like, you know, you probably need a drink. Do you want a drink? Do you want an Orca Cola? Do you need a cigarette, chocolate bar, actual drink?
Damien seems a little surprised for a second. How hospitable of you. What a kind offer. Perhaps
Lance just doesn't let you finish. He reaches into his bag and pulls out a chocolate bar and an Orca Cola and says, "Here. And if you need me to dwarven that up a little bit, let me know."
Orca Cola is basically Coca-Cola.
okay, cool.
But he pulls it from a bag of colding, so they are both cold, which is a
He
welcome
kind of
treat in the
looks
desert.
astonished at the fact that it's cold. How useful of an ability that is.
Yep. Keep food in there, keep bodies in there.
Never had an orc. Did you say bodies?
Yeah, sometimes if I need overflow.
With
But
the Orca Cola? Is it
separate compartment.
Ah, very good. And he opens it up, takes like a grateful swig. His hands shaking a little less, but he does spill a little bit of the Coke.
You all would also notice that there is a familiar hovering around Damien, a crow for it.
Oh yes, and you would notice ours.
Yep. Foxes or one fox at least, and then an owl. All right. Al-Manzor, the general, does also introduce one other individual in the room. He mentions a human-looking Erumic individual, and he introduces him as Ahmed. Ahmed is an artificer. He actually helped build some of the artillery machines that are going to be used for the defense of Beit Mia. He will be helping fire artillery shells at any of the giants. Due to the shortage, though, he's going to need some of your help in order to do that. You all are given a wall to guard, and you are heading over to there. So let's really quickly set the scene for things. You guys are going to be defending a wall. That wall needs to be defended. It cannot break. If it breaks, there's always going to be a chance of infiltration or other things. So they need that wall to be standing by the end of this battle for it. So it's a mission fail if the wall is destroyed. There is an advancing group of giants. You don't know how many, but there's an advancing group of giants that will try to target this wall. You can attack it as they're charging. You can also one of you can direct Ahmed with the artillery shell that he's going to be firing. Each time it fires, it's going to take 1 round to reload. When it fires, it will deal 16d10 damage in a radius. Because though he cannot see where it's firing because of the nature of that artillery, you need to designate where he is going to fire, and then 1 round later it will detonate at that location, doing a 20-foot radius 16d10 damage to anything that fails a DC 20 dexterity save.
Half on a success.
Half on a success, correct. So this is a big FU to anything. I see Zanny just laughing. Again, 16d10 with a 20 radius. That is a realistic, because a cannon does only 8d10. This is an artillery that goes in a radius for it. Yeah, Zanny. Mind you, this is something that Ahmed did for a few of them. The East, you would have heard, has hundreds of these things, and that's why the East is being a little bit more effective fighting giants. The West, less so, but they fortunately still have other artificers that can build this tech.
Not to mention their Macevs.
What was that?
Not to mention the Mesa, the East has Macevs.
Oh yeah, that's
so they can just do straight kaiju battle.
Yep. So this is the scene. I just changed the map. You are on the wall. You can prepare however way you want. I also put on the map the film, the reporters, and you all see the artillery shell that he designed and is just situated. Ahmed and David are both manning it. Who wants to be the person who's going to be shouting orders and directing where it's going to go? That I will say will take a bonus action in order to help Ahmed direct.
That sounds like a bard thing.
I have fragile little baby human eyes. All right,
Yeah,
so one bad cloud and it's over. I can't see anything.
So
Chance?
I don't think I understand.
which actually would be interesting. Chances like bombs? No. Okay, what part do you not like? So on your turn, you will basically direct where the artillery shell is going to go, where it's gonna boom. By the time it gets to the next turn, at the top of the round, that's when it will detonate and impact where you point. So if you tell go to this spot, like let's say this tree over here, and at that time there are giants, but when it comes down time for the next round, that's where the detonation will occur. If the giants move though, that detonation hits and doesn't do anything.
I have a question about this.
Sure.
Just logistical question. I'm assuming, but I want to confirm. Mortar has its own initiative, and it just goes on that initiative any turn if we choose to fire it.
Correct. It's gonna go at the my initiative. I'm gonna put it on is 20.
Okay.
So
basically, we have a layer action.
Yeah, basically, you guys have a layer action. Yep.
Okay.
And that's a 16d10 layer action.
I can also do it too if people want. I don't have a whole bunch I can do with bonus actions other than just shoot a gun, and that's 120 feet.
So, is Zanny volunteering to be the one?
Yeah, I think so. Unless somebody else really wants to. I've got one good eye, but I can definitely use it.
I will do it if I have to, but I absolutely do not want to.
I have no problem
big
laser
gun.
designating mortar bombs.
I can't do it because I will be using my bonus action every turn to tell undead things to move.
Honestly, I kind of think almost logistically the bards shouldn't do it because they have a lot of stuff for bonus actions.
That makes sense then. You don't use bonus actions other than shoot?
I can shoot, or I can either shoot or use my mastermind help action. That's it. I mean I've got a healing word that I can that I throw out, but I got 2 spell slots.
Yeah, your spell slots are better used somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you should do it, Zanny.
Okay.
And it would make sense that Zanny would want to play with the big gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. That is and 1900 mortars existed.
The girl with
Just
2
look at
revolvers, a shotgun, and a grenade launcher definitely wants to play with a mortar cannon.
Damien will be casting a spell in preparation too before the thing starts.
Awesome.
It'll take like 10 minutes, but it's going to be the hallucinatory terrain.
Okay. The hallucinatory terrain. What terrain are you creating?
I'm going to make it look like we've dug and put a moat there.
Okay. Let me try to see if there's any moats for things. Give me one sec. There we
Can
go.
I also cast a spell?
Yeah, actually, wait. I'm gonna go through everyone to see what everyone is doing for it. So sorry, give me one sec. I just wanna do something. And give me one sec.
I love this spell, and it's almost never used. Good on you.
Thank you.
All right. Tim, very quickly. Or sorry, Zanny. I just put on the map a little bomb.
Oh, I see it. What cute little guy. Is this what I could
That
use to
will
pull
be-
people up with?
It is your bonus action. You should have permission to move it. You will be able to put wherever you want where the mortar is gonna go. They are going to ready the mortar, so you all will get a free lair action the moment they are wherever you want.
Okay. I am not firing it here.
already
I am
loaded.
just placing it here for safekeeping.
Yep. So you can do
As
whatever
Zadie
you
says, I
want.
shoot it straight up in the air.
Yeah. Mind you, the range for the mortar, it can go a mile because it is a mortar,
Yeah, the range for this sucker is the map. Got it.
basically. So anywhere, even up, if you want to destroy the rest of us.
Oh,
So-
I'm mathing. You're giving me meteor swarms to throw at people.
Yeah, this is why, like, hey, technology. This is why do you think I'm like the East can hold their own against mages? They have this.
Is there any fear of it misfiring?
That's why they have 2 technicians, and one of them is an artificer, so there shouldn't be any misfires.
Cool.
It will take 1 round to reload each time, though. So just be aware of that it's not something you can do every round, but it is something you can already direct them, so that way by the time it gets to the subsequent round, it'll go off.
Right.
All right. So let's go in order. Erlon, is there anything you are doing in preparation for the battle?
No, this is like my favorite type of battle. This is the range battle. So I'm just gonna be licking and licking and licking.
So you can, if you want, you can go in the middle of the field. If you want,
And get hit by the fucking artillery.
that is up to you. You can do.
No, you know what we're
whatever you-
doing? We're doing some extremely nice poses with this backdrop for this reporter.
Okay.
And as they're doing such great work with their range attacks with the artillery, I'm just going to talk and get this interview in.
So I will warn, if that is what you're going to do the entire time, that is what you're going to be known for in this battle, is just talking to the camera.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
The
just saying,
fuck?
realistically.
All right,
I
load
can-
me
I
up into
can-
the artillery and shoot me over to whatever comes at us first.
I can bop you around.
Thanks.
Do you legit? Do you want the carpet so that you can actually have a flight speed and move around?
You could.
It'd be nice, but I'm like a little worried with how big the radius is for this artillery, and that's going to hurt even Erlon.
I'm so not ever going to put this thing anywhere near you.
Okay, all right.
I'm
that's
so
fine.
not ever gonna danger close you. Like not ever.
I think
Alright,
it's going to be
then.
the we're trying to distract the ones when they're coming in a group. Like distract the ones over there with the bomb while we take out the ones that are closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That
offer
sounds
these
fun.
giants a choice. They can either have the bombs or they can deal with you.
All right, sounds good.
I'm
I'll be
surprised
a
Big
ladder.
Red would get scared of friendly fire, or he's scared of a mortar.
Yeah, a big ass gun like that. Yes.
Erlon
That's
can't
it.
take 16d10 bludgeoning damage.
We're not going.
Big ol'
I
F off
can't.
Gustav Kevin. Who wants to?
You know, Erlon should put himself in the cannon. Yep, and fire.
I just
Yeah,
want
can
you
we
to know,
fire?
though,
Can we fire Erlon out of the cannon, please?
If you want him
Erlon
to
also
do...
is not used to big guns like this.
Yeah, he's a farm boy.
I'm a farm boy, for fuck's sakes. Like, I'm not
Yeah, and
used
you
to
just see
big
a
guns
big
like
ass
this.
gun. Wait till it fires and the sound.
Exactly. So yes, he's a little fucking worried about this.
Excellent. All right, because of time, let's go then next to Lance. Lance, are you doing anything in preparation?
Yes, I am dumping the ghouls down on the battlefield
Okay. Be in front or behind the moat?
in front of the moat.
Okay.
And he is going to put the skeletons on the wall, and the skeletons have a standing order to shoot any giant that comes in range.
Awesome. You should have control of all of the tokens.
Yep.
Well, crap. The ghouls never set for some reason. Let me make sure.
I see him.
Okay. And there we go. You should have control over all 3 of them.
Perfect.
And then, yeah.
And then I am also going to, if we have 10 minutes to get ready, I'm going to also cast a ritual spell.
Okay. What spell you cast?
Comprehend languages.
Great. You will be able to comprehend giants. Awesome. Damien, you cast the hallucinatory terrain. Is there anything else you would like to do before the battle starts?
No, that takes 10 minutes, so it's pretty much what he would be able to do.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows, He has Mage Armor cast on him, which triggers the Arcane Ward. So he has 25 points for the Arcane Ward right now.
Awesome. I love Abjuration Wizards. Let's go to Alice. What is Alice doing before the battle starts?
Reading my spell and being disappointed.
Okay.
So nothing.
All right. Nothing. Just
I
stay there.
I forget that you can't leave Tiny Hut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one gets me all the time. So I will not be casting that spell because I don't want to be trapped inside.
Yep.
You could leave it there, and then we can just not take range damage from rocks.
But we can't cast out of it, and I can't leave it.
You can stick your hand out of it and cast out of it.
Is that true, DM?
It is.
We did that in the Thursday game once.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind. I will be casting Tiny Hut. Thank you.
Okay, where? Because once you set it, it's
Yes.
not going to do. So put your token where you want the tiny hut.
I am going
Only at
to
15 feet, or I think, no, sorry, 10-foot
It's 10.
radius.
I'm gonna ask everyone their idea about it, but she's gonna probably try to put it in front of the mortar just so like if they miss, there's no like splash damage into the mortar and it'll bounce off of the tiny hut instead. But if someone else thinks there's a better place for it, she will put it there.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind in front of it. I don't, because it also blocks direct line of sight if they ever want to do anything to us through it. Yeah.
So I just put the tiny hut token on the map. You should control it, Alice. Where do you set it? Because that's where you're not going to be able to leave.
Okay, so I can't put it here because it'll put the mortar into it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not part of the wall, this is the front of the wall, right?
That's the front of the wall, the face for it.
Okay, then Alice is gonna go over here with the fucking
With the
reporters.
reporters. Hey,
Yeah.
that's fine. Protect the reporters.
Yeah.
That's
So
actually
we'll
super
be good.
solid, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna look at them and go, if you leave this dome, you're probably going to die, and you know what? 6 months ago, I probably would have cried for you. I'm not going to today. So
filmed
don't
that?
leave the hut.
They filmed that. So, okay. 6 months ago, I would have cried, but now I won't. Will be
that.
legacy.
Oh,
I warned all of you. You have reporters that are filming
I
content.
may have been reading my spells and wasn't listening during that part.
Well, Alice now has...
Can I retract my statement?
Roll a d20. You can use a luck point if it's... You can
Oh,
use...
wait.
Fake news.
Can I roll a persuasion check?
No, I said a d20 on that. So you can either use a luck point.
Okay, yeah, I'll use a
You
luck
need
point.
above a 10.
What about a 10?
You use a luck point. I'll allow it.
Thanks.
You don't say that, even...
I do very angrily tell them to stay in the fort though.
Okay.
I'm not entirely nice about it. How about that?
That's fine. I will also mention for the fort, when you cast it, everyone needs to be inside of it in order to easily go back and forth in it. Otherwise, if you cast it with anyone outside of it, they cannot enter the fort.
Okay.
Just FYI.
I will
So
tell
there's a
everybody.
moment where all of you group up for a moment, Alice casts, and then they exit. All right, that's what you're doing, Alice. Chance, what is Chance doing in preparation for the battle?
She cast her spell probably a while ago, probably before we left the city. When we acquired the photographers, she has told them that she does not consent for them to film or photograph her.
What's consent law? What? This is before consent laws, Chance. They have free reign to film anyone and everyone they please.
Then I will ask them nicely not to.
Roll persuasion check. They will try to keep you out of the shots with things as much as they can. But you asked so nicely, and they're like, we'll try, but we gotta follow where the action is.
Yeah, the action's going to be out there where the giants are.
Yeah, but that's why we'll try to keep it away from you if possible. C3 Lumi's character is like camera. Or sorry, C4 character. Cam. Sorry. Anyway.
And I'll go ahead and cast disguise self, just obscuring myself slightly.
Okay. It's just become pixelated. All right.
No, just like kind of like her, but like not exactly like, you know, when you see someone, you're like, that looks like Chance. What? No, it does. That's not. Huh.
Gotcha. So someone that looks somewhat like Chance, but it's not. You're like, hey, do I?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Okay, never mind. Awesome. All right, and I just laughed at Alice's comment. All right, and Zanny, what is Zanny doing in preparation for the battle? And do you do any mind link just to make sure?
Oh yeah. First things first is if everybody's down with it. Everybody, unfortunately, except Damien, I have just enough to get the group, but I'll get everybody in the telepathic link, so anybody can talk to anybody telepathically that they're within 100 feet of.
Does that include the artillerists?
Oh.
That's why I asked.
That's
because in the middle of battle, you gotta be close by to use your bonus action to them.
That's a good call. No.
You can drop Lance out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to drop 2 out because I've got to keep these. I've got to keep both these artillerists in.
You can drop Alice. I'm kind of just in this bubble over here.
Okay. Yeah, Lance and Alice are out. The 2 artillerists, and then Chance and Red are in.
Okay. So, Chance, Red, artillerists.
Lance is going to stand near Chance, though, so that she can relay any important information.
Awesome.
And
I will say, for those who are near the artillery, it is going to be loud. Your characters are going to be deafened with your ears ringing. No damage, but just flavor-wise, it is a loud gun.
I'm also gonna, right before the battle starts, I'll kick off and start flying under my own power.
Okay. Do you take out the carpet for anything?
Yes. Carpet comes out. Red, you want this thing so you can fly? So you can get out there?
Yeah, I have nice legs, but they're not that big.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I like it. Look, go on, get out there. If I need you, I'll catch up. Before you go though, try not to die. Just put my hands on his shoulders and like actually impart some energy to him. There's no material components to this one, but I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Red.
Nice. Also, Alex, this is the era of black and white films. No sound anyway. Well, no, sorry. They have a speaker separately that they're doing things. So it's a boomstick. Sorry, that's what it's called. So yeah, sound is already iffy. They're just gonna turn it off while the battle is bombing.
There's just going to be the cutscene where it just goes to the black and white with a little frame and it just says boom.
Yeah, because in this time they did have the capabilities for actual like audio recording in 1900. But in this war scenario, those instruments are very, very sensitive. They're just gonna turn those off at that moment when the booms start happening. All right, Death Ward is cast. Erlon, you should have control of the carpet. Do you get on the carpet, and where do you go on it?
Like preempt. Just me and myself. So before everything, correct? I can pick kind of where I'm gonna be at.
Yep.
So judging by the map itself, I mean, is this fairly just flat land?
Correct.
Okay. I kind of want to be off to the left side. I will go kind of towards maybe. Actually, no, I lied. Left, as in my left on the other side, right here.
Okay, move your token on
Yep,
the map.
move my token carpet. Also.
You
Yep.
should have access to the carpet to do with it as you need to.
Yep.
And awesome. All right. Last call. Anything else before we officially get started?
I'm gonna
Oh.
pray.
Okay, that is a good thing to do when you're about to go to battle against giants. So
yeah, I got more stuff. That was just like literally a turn.
oh, sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
yeah,
Go
we had
ahead.
10 minutes of prep time, and that was my first 6 seconds.
Okay, fair. Sorry, I thought that was it. Sorry, go ahead,
Nope,
please.
that was one action and one bonus action.
Okay. What else
So
is Danny doing?
I'm gonna come. Let's see, 100 feet. Hang on, I need to readjust from these fellas. So this is that's my line. All right, so I'm gonna come down here, and I'll wait till they start coming to take off and start flying through the air. But I'm going to start directing shots from over here, and I'm just barely in range of everybody for telepathy.
Yeah, you're flying your 120 feet. You said.
I'm flying 90 feet out because they're 100 because they have to be 100 feet or closer for me to telepathically talk to them.
Got it. 90 feet up. Okay.
Or yeah, I'll be 90 feet out, and then once the battle starts, I thought I heard you say out, not up. Sorry. Once the fight starts, I'll be 50 feet up because I don't want to, like, if I get knocked out and get knocked down, I don't want to end up like wiping out horribly and dying.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't want to crater. And that's just that's to get out there and get set up. My brain had something else. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the charge on my syringe to get the spell slot I used for Death Ward back.
Fair enough.
So I don't have to waste action economy during the fight. And then I think that's my whole shebang.
All right. Anyone else have chance?
Yeah. I want to go ahead. Okay, so it looks like there might be like a clump of trees somewhere over here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast with my card, Program Delusion,
Okay.
and like make some faux archers or villagers like running around and hiding in the trees. Just
Okay.
sort of, to like every once in a while catch their eye and distract them. Maybe get some of the dumb guys.
Yep. How many illusions does it do? Like,
It's as many, but it's whatever I want to fit in a 30-foot square.
okay,
So just fill a 30-foot square with
archers.
archers hiding people in bushes.
Okay.
Like I want to use the natural scenery so that if they touch it, there's like there is a tree there. I must have just missed that guy.
Gotcha.
All
right.
If can we put that? I have an idea. Can we use them as bait and then I bomb them, and maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because
So
they might get swarmed.
Maybe you either got those guys there. Maybe does Erlon want to move to the other side, or do you want to move the guys to the other tree over here?
What were you asking, Chance?
Oh, if we're using this illusion of archers to draw some of the giants in, do we want to move the archers to the other side, or do we want to move you to the other side? So we're not. So some of them are going to the archers, and then we're gonna plant a bomb there.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, depending on that, if we're gonna plant the bomb there, then obviously I'll leave. But if not, then I'll move to the other side. Or
Yeah.
sorry, I'll stay there to get them to come to me, kind of deal as well.
Mhm.
Cool.
So
All right.
one of you two move to the other side.
Okay,
Just-
I'll move to the other side then. That's fine.
all right. Cool. So that's that one. Anyone else have any? I know, Erlon, you're gonna do some praying, but anyone else have anything else before we do prayer?
Ghost Story.
Ghost Story. And who did you get?
Ghost Story.
Aisha.
Aisha is a good one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if they get within 30 feet of me.
Yeah. If they are within 30 feet, you have to throw everything against them, because if they break that wall, mission fail.
I think I'd also like to join Erlon in prayer.
All right.
Just to a different god.
That's fine. So we'll do Erlon first then. Erlon, who are you praying to? Honor it is. Okay. What are you saying to the god of storms and honor and truth and justice?
Oh, here we go again. We are
Here we go.
most likely going to take out some giants. And right now, I mean, my biggest reason for doing so is because there's been word of so many people dying. And I'd like to avenge those people, but also protect others in the future. So I need you to grant me a little bit of your power again through this axe, so that I can strike down my foes with honor, but also defend others through that same honor.
Awesome. Roll a religion check, please.
Check it is. Religion is terrible. Oh, I was gonna reroll. Thank God I forgot.
17. You see the electricity, the lightning in your axe kind of like surges a bit as Honor hears your words and accepts them. All right. Alice, who are you praying to?
Her first thought is love, but she chooses to pray to ambition.
All right.
And sort of the same idea. She starts off actually praying to love, and then she looks at her ring and she says, No, I've spent most of my life trying to impress you in some way, shape, or form, ambition, and you have, as of late, bestowed these gifts upon me, your slight favor as it was, and then I feel like I'm doing all of this work, and I don't know if you're watching, or I don't know if you even notice what I've done. I know you sent Kiri, and I know he helps me, but I just want to know that I am still doing everything I need to do to be a better person. So that's why I'm here in a field with giants. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. And also, I hope I can, in some way, prove that I'm not the awful person that I used to be. Also, please don't let me die.
Roll a religion check.
That starts with an R. Okay, there we go. Oh, it was almost bad.
19. You feel a strange, pleasant sensation from your ring. And as you look at it, it seems to kind of like glow for a moment with moonlight. Ambition has heard your prayers and perhaps acknowledges your journey and whatever it may come.
Alice was having a rough time with being the anti-love when she's like, I've given my whole life to ambition and this is how I'm repaid.
Awesome. All right. With that said, let's roll initiative. And we'll take a break at that moment because we're just going to go then straight into the battle for it. All right, let's see. Got 15, 13, 10, 16. Erlon with a nat 20. Jeez. Wait, how did you have an advantage on initiative, Erlon?
I do have advantage on initiative. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. And then Damien, so awesome. All right. Well, let's take our 10-minute break. And when we come back, we're going to go straight into the battle against the Giants. So I'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Take care. Welcome to Castles and Calamities. We're an American Dungeons & Dragons actual play web series, currently running 2 weekly games, one on Tuesdays and one on Thursdays. Our shows started streaming in August 2023 and have brought forward hundreds of episodes full of incredible story, memorable characters, complex NPCs, emotional role-playing, and exhilarating combat. We have lore, we have heroes, we have magic, love, and wit. So let's dive in with a little special insight video about Castles and Calamities. Join us as we tell you a bit about our journey, starting with first who we are.
We've gained and lost people along the way, but the 4 of us you hear today are 4 of those who helped create Castles and Calamities and have been here since the beginning.
Gassan.
Brian.
Tim.
And Aaron.
Over time, we've grown beyond the original 4 and currently have 9 players spread out across 2 campaigns. We are a group of friends who started playing during the pandemic. A lot of bad things happened in 2020, but one of the good things that came out of it was the popularization of online campaigns. Our first campaign together started in March of 2020 when several of the original players met through a campaign they found on a Facebook post.
After that game began to fizzle out, we wanted to continue playing together and started our own campaigns. 2 of the founding members acted as dungeon masters, with Gassan starting what would become the Silver Age and Brian starting a campaign called Singers. They're sometimes playfully referred to as Order and Chaos, respectively, because of their contrasting playstyles. The Silver Age is a direct prequel to the current Tales of Tellos Steam Age, and was a campaign that took place in a fantasy setting inspired by Renaissance Europe, full of mystery and political intrigue, as a group of adventurers journeyed across kingdoms and planes to combat an evil group called the Harbingers. Singers was actually an acronym, which is how Acronymic Adventures got its start, and stood for the Sigil Investigation and Neutralization Garrison of the Extraplanar Rangers. It was a fun and chaotic campaign that had each player play 4 different characters that traveled to different worlds to combat evil. It's not a direct tie-in to the current campaign, but is only a slight crossover reference, as the world of Heptagonia was one of the many worlds that the Singers visited.
As those campaigns came to their end, we realized we wanted to continue their stories and keep having fun together. Not only that, we wanted to bring in new players to expand our stories, and we wanted to stream them so that we could share these vivid worlds with friends, family, and anyone who loves a compelling tale. That's how the initial idea formed for Castles and Calamities, and we launched in 2023 and started streaming our 2 current campaigns, The Tales of Tellos and The Acronymic Adventures. Gassan, aka Order, runs the Tuesday series Tales of Tellos, and Brian, also known as Chaos, runs the Thursday series, The Acronymic Adventures. Currently, we have weekly sessions for both campaigns streaming live on Twitch and uploaded weekly to our YouTube channel.
The Tales of Tellos is a collection of campaigns that takes place on the world of Tellos. It is a large planet with 2 moons and has an extensive history of magic, heroes, wars, and political intrigue. The current campaign is called the Steam Age, and 200 years have passed since the events of the Silver Age. The Industrial Revolution has come to the lands of Eremer, a land of harsh deserts, lush oases, and bustling cities. New innovation and technology is pushing Eremer to grander heights. But for all of Eremer's industry and magics, civil war threatens to tear apart the mystical lands of the Sultanate. Neighboring nations seek to steal her secrets, and an ancient enemy seeks to bring about the end of the world. This is a story of many stories, with heroes, criminals, and travelers helping determine the course of history. The Tales of Tellos is a campaign set in a rich world with deep, expanding lore, complex characters, and of course, lots of actions. It airs every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Acronymic Adventures is our other mainline campaign in a separate setting than Tales of Tellos. The current adventure is the Guild campaign, set in the world of Terrasol on the continent of Heptagonia, a continent shaped like a 7-pointed star with a wild creation story involving the literal tug-of-war of the continent by rival dragons. The land itself is ruled by the Adventurers Guild, and the players start in the academy that trains those with talent in an attempt to prevent accidents of unrealized potential manifesting into danger. The land has gone through many catastrophic events and is currently recovering physically, technologically, and socially. But there is always trouble brewing under the surface that sparks many an adventure for those brave or foolish enough to seek it. Guild is a campaign where chaos reigns. Magic, mystery, and fortune are out there waiting to be rediscovered. Are you ready to join the grand undertakings in Land Divided? Join us Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Castles and Calamities is order, chaos, and everything in between. A group brought together by friendship, fun, and a love of storytelling. Both campaigns are expected to last several years, and hope to continue with future campaigns in the same worlds. We'll also be releasing new content, including character interviews, lore, art, game discussions, fan communities, and maybe even new campaigns in new worlds. So stay tuned.
You can tag along on our quests at Castles and Calamities, all spelled out, no spaces, on Twitch and YouTube. Or take the easy route and just click on the links in the description. We hope you feel like a member of the party, laughing, crying, and sharing in all our victories and adventures as you join us on this journey. Welcome to Castles and Calamities.
Welcome back, folks. Happy to have you. We just finished our quick little break, our short rest, so to speak. We're getting into this fight now. Last time, for those who missed the first half of the show, the group was called to help defend the town of Beit Mia, and they have a potentially new friend, new ally that is helping them to do so. One Damien Wall, an abjurer wizard. The group has made their preparations for the defense of the wall, and is now going forward with the defense of it all to battle the giants that are surging against the town. So, without further ado, let us begin with round one. Erlon, you're starting up. Is there anything you want to prepare as you feel the ground rumbling? You can see dust, kind of like a cloud of, or a fog, I should say, more than anything, a fog rolling in that the cloud giants have used to help create cover for their forces. Are you doing anything at this moment?
Yeah, that's right. I freaking go first, and I'm not near anything. No, really, just getting Legend Carver ready to go. Just again, like we already did praying, but really just focusing on honor, and just also just to drive me throughout this fight. Just think about all those lives that were lost, kind of deal. Kind of just, I guess, hyping myself up, and then if I'm able to, from my distance, still spot the camera people, throwing like a little pose their way.
Yeah, you can still see them, but they are like 135 feet, so they're probably not getting the best picture of you. But you can kind of like wave to the camera.
As long as they can see me.
You are a tiny little dot on the screen for them. But awesome.
Right.
The ground shakes. Let me roll a d20. Yep, the ground shakes and everything, and you all start to see, emerging from the fog, a group. Let me roll a d100. Okay, 69. Nice. I was gonna do odd or even, but it's a 69 situation, so I feel like that just is going to have to necessitate it. The ground erupts, and bursting from the ground and the fog, more so the ground than anything else, is a whole host of giants charging, and including giantkin as well, and a particularly tall giantkin made out of stone, raising a jeweled scepter. Four things.
Dibs on the shiny stick.
That's their turn to bring the entire forces all at once. So it's not going to be just like, oh yeah, a little trickle. No, it's all at once. They haven't gotten orders yet, so let's continuing on with the initiative. The artillerists haven't gotten orders where to put the bombs yet because it hasn't hit to Zanny's turn. So it is now the stone giants' turn. Stone giants. This one sees Erlon and is going to throw a rock at you, Erlon. And first one is a 15. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
What was that?
Nope.
Okay. That is a miss. Great. And then he throws a second rock at you, and that's a 22 to hit.
No, that still does not hit.
That is 26 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength save of DC 17.
Strength save? Okay.
Yep, and you're not raging, so you took the full damage of 26. 11.
Can I do... Oh.
Go ahead.
Can I do my inspo?
Yeah, if you want. Wait, your inspo?
Yeah. It's an 8, correct?
Oh yeah, your bardic inspiration. Yes, if you want.
Yes.
Oh, you don't fall off the carpet.
Well, that's not good.
A 2. The DC was 17. Erlon falls off the carpet, and you make an acrobatics check. Just make sure you don't injure yourself falling and hit prone. Okay, you'll take half damage, not the full damage. And how far up were you? 40 feet?
I was like wherever the tree line's at.
Yeah, the tree
Oh,
is
yeah.
right here. So, like, are you talking about the height of the tree or like near the tree?
I was using it as cover, so I wouldn't be like above it. It would have been like basically like kind of like within the trees.
I didn't
wasn't,
hear
like,
that part.
super-
That still would have given you half cover, but 22 doesn't. So
So
I'm gonna give you something else. Roll one more acrobatic check. This is you to land in the tree and not fall straight through. Since you
Okay.
said you were using it as cover, so you're falling and trying to
Yeah.
grab a tree and swing.
I gotcha. Okay.
So roll one
So
more
acrobatics, sir.
acrobatics. Yep.
Well, not gonna do it that.
Now you snap through things, you can't swing, and you fall and you hit the ground. I'd say you were 40 feet up, so 4d6. You take 19 halved 10 damage as you hit the ground. You're not knocked prone, but you're on the ground.
Okay.
All right. The other stone giant is going to throw rocks at the group of people here. It throws one, smashes through, throws a second, smashes through, breaking a lot of these trees. The archers don't seem phased at all by it, and the stone giant's a little confused. Let me roll an insight check to see whether or not it understands the fact that this is an illusion. Yeah, the stone giant calls out, warning that
That DC is 18.
DC 18? Okay, then it does not. It shouts at the ones in front to start attacking. All right, Chance, you are up. It is your turn.
Well, at the moment, I'm just sitting in the bubble.
All right, sitting in the bubble. Any other bardic inspiration you're giving to anyone?
I can't reach anybody that needs it.
Okay. Zanny, what are you doing up there in the front?
First, little bonus action. And we'll move that boy down there. That's just to get it to the bottom half of the map here. Let's give them the illusion of safety first round. Let's bomb her right there.
Okay. You direct, shouting orders how much far out, to the left. You are coordinating that. That's why it takes your bonus action, because you're estimating distance and the direction for them. And on the next round, it's already ready. So at the top of the next initiative, it will go off for round at 20 for the initiative.
Yeah,
So that's your bonus.
I'm sitting there just do a whole bunch of like ridiculous keen mind math in my head real fast, just like then I give them like arc and elevation. Let's see, and then action. Do I just want to hop right out of the gate and make this guy angry? He's not close enough for me to make angry yet, is he? 160. There might not be much left I can do for this first round. Then it might just be hold action for Dreammaker for the first guy that comes within 120 feet, and I'll sharpshooter shot him.
Okay. You're holding that action. Keep measuring depending on how far they get with things. So, awesome. All right. Let's go to Lance. Lance, what are you doing?
I have a question. If a fireball was to go off near the mortar shell, does it set it off early?
Wait, so you're gonna set off the mortar?
No. That was more of a, if I was planning on fireballing where Zanny just threw that shell.
Oh no,
the fireball wouldn't set it off, right?
No, that's where you're designating where it's going to impact. So
Okay.
There's nothing there at the moment.
Okay. Well, Lance is going to right to, where's my clicky? Right to this guy's face.
Okay.
Right in the very front square right there in the middle of him. He is going to cast Fireball with a distance spell at 4th level.
Ooh, that's a 300-foot or reach with that spell now, right?
Yep, and that's
So-
275 feet away.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll do. All right, so let's do the hill giants, 3 hill giants first. Dexterity save. 1, 2, 3. 13, 18, 14. They all fail. They all take 32 fire damage. Nice. All right. And then let's do the giantkin. The giantkin that have giant blood in them have also sworn allegiance to destroy the mortal races and them be on top and enslaved. Let's go with dex saves. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And that is 6, 18, 9. All 3 fail. All 3 take 32 fire damage as a explosion occurs right in front of them, and they are pissed.
Awesome. Bonus action, Lance tells the ghouls, get me the big one's shiny stick and kill anybody that gets in your way on their side.
Okay.
He clarifies that because Zanny's in the way. And so they'll move what a ghoul has.
So are they going to, may I ask you very quickly, are they going to pretend that it's a moat in there? Or are they going to just walk on the moat?
Are they smart?
It's more
Ghouls are
about
not.
what you're telling them as you're ordering them out.
Yeah, so Lance is going to tell them to swim through the moat.
Okay, so they're gonna go prone for the moment as
Yep.
they're gonna be pretending to swim in this hallucinatory terrain. So the giants can't see that far, but they see them like almost diving in. You all just see 3 ghouls just walk forward, lay on their bellies, and then start crawling this hallucination water.
So yeah, they have 30 feet of movement, so I would assume they get to the edge.
Yeah. I'll put this on the map level. Give me 1 sec. There we go.
Oh, you're fine.
They'll get
So
on the ledge. They're still crawling. They're still prone as they get.
So they end their turn there, but they're still prone.
Yeah.
And
But that's
then as a free action, he's gonna yell as loud as he can and call the giants a bitch in Dwarven. No, actually, they're stone giants. He can see that. He's gonna say it in Primordial.
Okay. We'll see.
See if they understand Terran.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. You will roll me. You're shouting over 300 feet right as a fireball goes off. Roll me a con check. This is about how much force you can push through your throat.
A check?
Yep. Yeah, you shout and bellow it.
Primordial is very good for yelling things.
Exactly. That's why I wasn't.
Draconic may be the only other language he knows that's better for that, but
Yeah. Awesome. Damien, you're up. What is Damien doing as he sees these giants, the same ones, or maybe not same one, but the same race that killed his wife? What is he doing?
I'm trying to think of how far my crow can fly.
I believe Crow, let me look it up really quickly. Crow 5E. Let's use the Raven stats. 50 feet.
50 feet, okay. Yeah, I don't think Damien has the ability to reach them, so he's going to stay in the bubble. He's kind of fuming with rage while he sees them, at the same time feeling this deep, gnawing fear in his gut that he's going to be eaten just like his wife. And he feels helpless.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense for things. So, awesome. Holding that. Alice, it is your turn.
Yes, I can only do one thing, and I'm going to do it well. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at Lance's fireball hit right here, right?
Yeah, hit this group.
Okay, I don't know if you can see me. This one, yeah, that one right here.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna nail this guy.
All right, go ahead. Just this
he's
guy,
the
Red.
he's the unlucky one that I picked. There's a 1 and 2. That was just a 2, thanks. And 3.
One hits, the other misses.
What about the third one?
The
one
third
hits.
strike hits.
Okay. 7 and 14.
7, 21 in total. Awesome.
Yes.
Just 2 blasts hit him. A third one hits the ground, splintering things. He's not looking good with things. So, awesome. Anything else for Alice?
Yeah, she's gonna make sure that Erlon fell off of the carpet, correct?
Correct.
She's talking the whole time, hoping she can distract the film people while he does that, and then eventually, once he rights himself, she'll send them back over. But she's trying to distract them with, her casting Eldritch Blast so they don't see us tumble.
Roll a performance check, as you are trying to show, look at me, and just throw 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Yes.
Performance, yes, they focus on you for the moment as you're just flourishing 3 blasts.
Oh yes, I do it very, very elegantly, like a dancer, but I am having to, stick my hand out of the
Correct.
thingy.
You're right at the edge of it. So
Yes.
awesome.
Damien manages a golf clap at the.
Awesome. All right, Hill Giant's turns. These are all of them came with at least a couple of stones for things. These 3, let me just look at the range for Hill Giants. Okay, decent range, but let me see with their movement. Yeah, they're gonna start just moving. 5, 10, 15, 30. Shoving aside the storm, the giantkin. One of them will just keep running. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The other 2 are going to target you, Erlon. Let me just see range. Over 30 feet, so these are going to be with disadvantage. They're rocks. First one is an 11, misses. Second one, 21 hits, doing 17 bludgeoning damage to you, Erlon. That was from the one using both boulders that they had. This one's going to use the other 2 boulders it has. It's going to chuck with disadvantage. 19 to hit, doing another 20 bludgeoning damage. And then its second attack, 18, doing another 18 bludgeoning damage as you're getting bombarded by rocks at the moment. These 3, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one is going to swing and try to smack the person. They swing, it hits, doesn't do anything. They're going to try to do wisdom. Nat 20. This one then shouts that it's illusions to the others. And these other 2 are going to keep charging, ignoring the illusion then for it. All right. That is the Hill Giant's turns. The Giantkin. Let's see. Charging. Let me look at their range. 30. Okay. Three ahead. Erlon, you see just a group of Giantkin charging. These other 2 charging forward.
Oh, when these boys finish there, I'm popping bin.
Okay, great.
I'm popping, and as soon as this guy crossed the line, I'm popping a shot on him.
Okay, let's do your shots right now. Go ahead.
Sharpshooter, so -5. That's a nat 1. I don't have a reaction to use because I used it to hold this.
Yeah.
So Dreammaker's fucked.
It's not, because it is a magical weapon, but you're not able to do anything else this turn for it.
Yep. I will sit here and be wholly ineffectual for the entire first round of combat. See you later, bye.
Sorry. All right. That is your turn, or their turn. And Erlon, the carpet does swoop up to get you. All you have to do is hop onto it, but it is your turn.
God, I'm hurting.
There's a whole host of giantkin charging you with their axes.
I know. I'm fucking hurting so bad right now. Shit. I guess we go. Fuck. How far is this first group of them?
This first group
Let me
from you
see.
is 40 feet.
45. Oh, it's gonna go, sorry, to the side.
Oh, to the side, yeah.
So that would be 45. Oh no, 50.
And you can hop on the carpet if you want.
Yeah, but what kind of honor is that if I just run away? Ugh. Um, I kind of want to go back to recuperate, but I'm not even gonna make it back in time, honestly. All right, well,
You got Death Ward.
do you have Death Ward? I do.
How hurt are you?
Down to 41 damage.
Oh, all right.
41
Pretty
HP.
hurt. 41
You're
HP.
fine till it makes it to my turn.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just
Rage.
distance though. That's what I worry about. Yeah, we're just gonna go in, fans. Honestly, like fuck it. So I do have enough. I will go straight to this one right here. With the carpet, I guess.
With the carpet? Okay. There we go.
Well, shoot. Actually, I don't want the carpet to take any damage.
All right. So it's hovering up above.
I feel bad if I did. And then I'll hit this one right here. First go into rage.
All right. You rage. And
Finally
then are you reckless
rage.
attacking or not? Or straight?
No. I'm just gonna do my 2 normal attacks on it.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll your attack.
Golly, that was a rough first round. 19 to hit.
19 does damage. Go ahead. 19 hits. Roll damage. 11
damage.
slashing. Awesome. Second attack.
I'll do it again. Shizer.
15 hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
13. Nice.
13 damage. And we already used bonus action to rage. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Next round, the stone speaker is going to move tentatively. Let me see. Feet. All right. Charging forward 80 feet. That is their turn. And the mortar goes off. Tim, please roll 16d10 for me. Scary. 98 points of damage. Okay. These 2 hill giants explode, and they are killed instantly. As they each had 73 hit points left, and 98 does it.
That second one's in it?
Yeah, just barely.
Okay.
And 2 hill giants just explode, and the shrapnel obliterates them as they rolled a 12 and a 14. You just literally see meat just explosion from that as the artillery fires. Everyone next to that mortar shell hears a ringing in their ears. They see the shell go up, and then it detonates and explodes, slaying the giants. All right. Any reaction from from Chance when she sees, or not Chance, sorry, Zanny when she sees the detonation? If not, no worries.
Nope.
Stone Giants' turns. Stone Giants are going to dash. Stone 40 feet movement. Let's see, 80 feet. Yeah, they're just gonna get behind the Hill Giants. They just see that mortar and they are frightened by it, so they're gonna try to get away. Or at least that one moves this way. This one's gonna go hesitantly over here. Not sure, because they are not familiar with like how to avoid artilleries. They just thought that was a big fireball, sort of. All right, Chance, you are up. What is Chance doing?
Whole lot more nothing.
Still nothing? Okay. If that's the case, then let's go with Zanny. What is Zanny doing?
Takes a round for the mortar to recharge, so there's nothing to do with that. I will put that on top of myself just as a reminder. I am not targeting myself.
Yeah.
Just stating it out loud.
Fair.
All the stuff I took has nothing to do with the situation that we have now presented in front of us. I was expecting waves. We have all at once. Everything went pear-shaped in literally the first round of combat. That's cool. How do we... I literally can't move.
Okay.
No, I literally can't move. If I move any closer south, I lose the mortars. If I move any closer north, I lose red. So I'm going to stay exactly here.
Okay. Just as a clarification, if you move south, you're not able to communicate anymore with the mortars until you go back, right? Or is it completely disconnect?
No. It's not a complete disconnect, but I can only have. I would have to go. In order to do anything to help red, I would have to use more than half my turn to get there,
Gotcha.
Which means I'm not coming back for the mortars.
Gotcha.
Which means the mortars are on their own for at least the next turn and a half to 2 turns.
Okay.
So I'm literally standing right here, well, flying right here, 50 feet in the air.
Okay.
And I'm just going to start popping shots on guys that decide to get too close to me, which is going to be this guy.
All right. Fire away. Is this with sharpshooter?
Yeah, they all will be.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Actually, I can't even use Dreammaker. Nope. I guess we'll make all of our shots with the revolver.
Okay. $30 freaking hits. Even 25. 19 hits.
And that's it. That's all of my attacks, because I'm not using Dreammaker, so I don't have a third shot.
Okay, roll the damage for both of them. So it's 20 on the first one, and then 16 on the second. Nice. All right. That is Zanny's turn. Lance, you are up.
All right. Lance is thinking it works so nice, why not do it twice? But this time, I think I want... Yeah, I'm going to put it right in the middle over here.
Ping again, where? There? Okay.
Right over here between these guys.
20,
So.
this one, or... Sorry, it'll get Stone Speaker. It won't get the giant.
Yeah,
hit,
that's fine. He's
but
trying to
it'll get the
hit.
giants.
He's trying to hit the guy with the pretty stick.
Okay, cool. So let me roll Dexterity 1, Stone Giant, Dex 2, and then Hill Giant, Dex 3. All right, 14, 10, 18. They all take damage. What's your damage? 38. Nice. another explosion of fire, and they they try to get away. Some of them are very dexy, but not enough for Lance's extreme flames.
Lance calls them a bitch again, and the ghouls are going to stand up and then go forward 30 feet. So
Yep.
5, 10, 15,
They start charging.
30. That's not where the mortar's going. That's just
No,
to
no,
have it
that's
out of the
where
way, right?
Zanny put that there just for like future reference. Like she's
Okay.
gonna use it again. So awesome. All right, let's go to Damien. Damien, what are you doing? The giants are advancing.
Damien's staring at Erlin, and he's standing up, and his hands are shaking, and as his hands shake, he slowly creates a fist, and he takes a deep breath. As he releases a deep breath, you can see his hands calm for a moment, and he says under his breath, "I will do what I must." And he leaps off the wall, casting Featherfall.
Okay, Featherfall's a reaction, so awesome. You still have your action and bonus.
And as he lands, he casts Misty Step to get past the moat, so that it
Okay.
doesn't appear.
So
and go
that should
a
be
little
30
further.
feet.
Yeah.
If you want to move your character one more. Oh, there you go.
Thank you. Yeah.
And yeah, where do you that was your move, that not your movement, that was just reaction and bonus. You still have movement and action.
Okay, so we were at 115 feet here. He's going to cast Wall of Force.
So you did cast a spell. You can't cast 2 spells in a turn.
Oh, I can't cast 2 spells in a
You can
turn.
still cast a cantrip. And you still also have your movement.
Yeah, and so I can move 30 feet.
Yep.
I guess that's all you can really do at this point.
Yep. Do you have a cantrip you want to cast, like Ray of Frost?
Yeah, I do have Ray of Frost. 60, but it's only a 60-foot spell, so I can't hit anything with it.
Okay. Does it have a like another range like for disadvantage, or is it just that's the maximum?
It's only 60 feet.
Okay.
I forgot about the fact that I can only do 1 spell.
No worries.
My bad.
All right. So you get ready. You are standing very bravely against all the giants rushing in. So
That still hand is no longer still anymore. Now you like hear the rattling of the cane against the ground.
Yeah. Awesome. Alice, it is your turn.
Yes. So if I cast Dimension Door, I have to go, correct?
Correct.
I have to go.
Yes.
That's really unfortunate. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Eldritch Blast. But I'm gonna hit this guy now that I can reach him. The big man with the big stick.
The big man with the big stick. Okay, go
Big
ahead.
man, big stick.
Lance already calls dibs on his shiny stick.
That's fine. I know Lance loves men's shiny sticks, so it's all you, babe.
All right. So hit, miss. Roll
Hit.
damages. 20. You see your Eldritch Blast hit. There seems to be a little bit of a absorption for some. It does damage, but it seems like they have an extra layer of HP on top of things. So you're whittling down their first magical hit points for it.
Delightful. Okay. And for my bonus action, I am gonna zoom in a little bit more. Zoom. I'ma hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is now the hill giant's turn. This one's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, actually, let me just do the math for this and map it that way. This one, it just got hit by the fire, is gonna keep charging. This one is gonna go over and shove this giantkin forward, and it's going to attack Erlon. So 2 great club attacks, 1 and 2. 21 and 10, 21 hits, 15 halved is 8 damage on that one. And this one's going to keep going over here. That's their turn. Question, Erlon, did you say that they... or sorry, were you about to repose?
I was, yeah, for the miss that he had.
Perfect. Go ahead, roll an attack.
Yep. Oh, it's not 20.
Nat 20. Okay. Roll the damage and add a plus 12 on top of this.
Oh, fuck. Oh, 7.
So 24 points of damage. Nice. Awesome. All right. And perfect. So that's that. So question for you, Erlon, is the carpet with you, like on the ground, or is it up in the air?
I had it hovering over me.
Okay, so this one, they're going to be going around. These two are just going to attack you. These Goliaths are going to attack with spears. They have advantage because of flanking. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 22, 19, 21, 22. They all hit. Let me see. 9, 19, 30, 38. Divided by half is 15, 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Other 2 are just going to keep charging. Here, go over there. These are going to go keep charging. And these are to keep charging. And that is the Giantkins. Erlon, round 3. You're up.
Yep. Damn. Shoot. I kind of want to now attack the big guy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the big guy.
Brave and daring, you strike at them and roll your attack. 25 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, wait for this. It's going to reroll. Yeah.
All right, 11 damage. Nice.
And then I have 3 of them surrounding me, right? Sorry.
Say that again?
I have 3 of them surrounding me currently, right?
Correct.
Okay. This next one, can I do the whole Stormbringer stuff?
You can.
The lightning?
Go ahead, roll another.
I think we're going to have to.
Go ahead, roll a strike. This is going to be for all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
26 hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
12. And because you pray to honor, and with this, its attack gets an extra 12 points of damage. So you do 24 with the lightning and everything, 24 damage to every single one of them. As you spin, the lightning surges around you, and you just, and almost like there's lightning just arcing off of you. You do 24 points of damage to each of these nefarious giants and giantkin.
Yep.
The action surge.
How are they looking right now?
This giantkin looks like these really hurt. This one looks half. This giant is half.
And let's take out the hurt giantkin. So yes, we will act. Wait, did I use my? I did not use my bonus action. Yeah, so we will action surge.
Okay, and you still have your bonus to attack again. So
yeah.
Who are you
yes,
attacking?
I still had the other attack. We'll do the weak one. I think it's the one on the right, I believe.
Yep. Go ahead, roll an attack against the giantkin.
Yep. Oops, almost the wrong one. My God, so close.
28 hits. Roll damage.
That's gonna re-roll. There goes.
13. You slay the giantkin.
All right, let's start hitting the other giantkin now.
All right, other Giantkin, go ahead. Roll your. Well, are you action
Oh.
surging?
I did action surge already. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought
I
that
didn't
was
put it
your
in
bonus
chat.
action. Never
No,
mind.
no, no. I mean, that would have technically been my bonus action.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Either way, 28 hits. Roll damage.
Uh,
12 damage. Nice. And
then
your
I have one
last
more.
attack
Yep.
against the Giantkin as well. It's 23 hits. Roll damage. 13. Awesome. All right. That one's starting to look really hurt. As you fell one, you half the hill giant, and this other one is looking they still have double digits, but they're getting
Yeah.
not being double digits.
All right.
Awesome. In an arc slash and action surge, you go crazy on these three. So perfect. It is now the stone speaker's turn, and they will, let me see distance wise. They're going to move first 40 feet, kind of wary of things as the battle is continuing. And then they're going to, let me measure one more time, 80, 65. Try to undo that for a second. There we go. Let me go straight instead. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. And nope. Okay. They will. Let me see what they can do with this. Yeah, they're going to then, if they can't do that, they're going to keep charging. And they don't like getting grouped with things. The right seems to be folding a little bit more. So they're going to move a little bit to the right with things. There we go. All right. That is Stone Speaker. The mortar is ready to fire. So Zanny, your bonus action, you can just command them immediately, and then they'll fire on the next turn. Stone Giants. These are gonna charge. This one's gonna go because they're much faster because of their longer legs. Right here. This one's gonna go. Let's go zigzag a little bit. Right there. As they use their actions to dash. And there we go. Chance, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move right here. I'm gonna cast a high level vortex ward. And I am going to yoink Erlan.
All right.
From
Erlan,
here.
do you resist?
Where'd it go?
God, that's a terrible question.
you feel the magic about to pull you out. What are you doing?
Oh my god. I have no
I
way
mean,
of
I can see
communicating
that
to
you
her.
are hurt. Well, we are in the psychic loop, aren't we?
Yeah, you two are.
Yep.
Yeah. You look hurt. Do you want to move?
I am hurt, but I don't want to move.
Okay.
I'm talking to her.
All right. Then I won't do that. I will.
No.
He's like, do it.
Erlan, you gotta make a decision. Do you resist?
God damn it! Just take me away. I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
My stubbornness will not take a hold.
I'm gonna yoink him like right here. So he's still on the battlefield, but he's close to the Zanny and he's within casting range of my next turn.
Okay. Awesome. Get yoinked over there, and you could see all the giants charging. And Chance, anything for bonus action?
Yeah, I think he's now. Yeah, he's in. He's in. Yell at him.
Yell at him, range.
Yeah, you're now in yelling at you range. Well, I'll yell at you in my head so that the cameras don't get it, but I'm gonna be like, it's gonna look really embarrassing if you die on camera. Don't. Bardic inspiration.
Awesome. All right. You get that inspiration, and let's go to Zanny. Zanny, what are you doing?
All right. These guys have just been like most of these guys have just been hauling for the wall, right?
Correct.
This guy has been kind of squirrely here, there, and everywhere. He's not entirely sure where to go.
Correct. It seems to be the smartest one. Seems to be the commander of this group.
Okay.
They look like a spellcaster, but right now they seem to be watchful. That's kind of like the way I would describe it, because they're trying to fireballs, but they keep getting hit by fireballs.
They're trying to do fireballs, but they're getting hit by them.
Yeah, I said they're a spellcaster.
Yeah.
But if they had fireball, why didn't they do it already at 150 feet?
True. I'm gonna see if I can try to get in this dude's head. Step one, I am going to let's see. I need range again. Yeah. Dreammaker may be jammed, but the special
Dreammaker is not jammed. That was just for the one turn for it.
Oh,
so
it's not broken. But I thought it was jammed, not broken, because I didn't have my reaction to do anything to fix it.
It's a magical weapon, so it can't break. It can't be jammed permanently.
Well,
so it's just for that
it can't be jammed permanently.
Yeah, so it's only for that one instant. When you was that react, because you couldn't use your reaction. Like if you,
I just thought it couldn't get
weapon,
the broken condition is all.
Gotcha. No. You still have access to it. I apologize if that wasn't clear. You could still use it. It was just that one turn you couldn't undo it because you were holding your action, so you couldn't do these subsequent actions that you held.
Got you. Okay. Well, we're gonna kick this off. This is gonna be a lot of explosions. We're gonna start with a fireball here from Dreammaker. Okay. So we're gonna go here and not quite him. But all these guys.
This group. Okay. Let me roll your spell and the damage while I'm rolling their dex saves.
And I'm really hoping one of the little dudes dies.
Yeah, we'll see in a moment. I don't think any of them took damage, but we'll see how much damage you do. The hill and then stone. All right, your spell save is what? 20. Jesus. Yeah, they all fail. 29 damage to all of them. None of them die, but all of them do get serious burns.
And then, like, as that goes up, I'm actually looking at this guy over here, and I kind of want to see where his eyes go. Like, to see if he's... I'm trying to read him. I don't really care so much what happens to these guys. I'm trying to read what he thinks of that.
Seems upset, but seems to at least be happy that the fireball didn't hit him.
Okay.
You could definitely tell the giantkin are expendable.
Yeah.
They don't care. Hill giants are beneath them. The stone giant they're more concerned about.
Let's see. 60 feet is what these guys were doing before, so yeah. We're going to
60 feet for the giantkin. You know that the hill giants are also 60 and the stone giants are 80.
Yeah. I'm going to bonus action go ahead and drop the mortar there.
Okay.
So that it'll start cutting off the right side as it runs up.
Awesome.
And then bonus action, I threw a dang fireball. I am gonna tell can I tell, just with my bonus action, can I tell Karpa to get out of there?
Your bonus action is to order the mortar.
Oh, the bonus
but you
action
could
is
just
order them.
shout.
That's right. No, that's right.
But
So I'm done.
you could just shout that the carpet is awakened, so it can just that's just a verbal thing.
Yeah, my bad.
So you don't need to use any. It's a free action
Yeah.
essentially.
Thank you. Brain didn't register the bonus action for some reason, but yeah, that's it. I'm done. Actually.
Okay, cool. Lance, it is your turn. Lance, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Thank you.
No worries.
These guys are nicely clustered together, and I think that is perfect. Lance is just going to pop another fireball on this group over here.
Damn. All right. Cool.
Just a regular third level fireball.
Right now, I'm thinking about how they're responding with things. I think that's, yeah, that'll keep going. So okay, 19. So many fireballs. I love it. All right. And I do mean that. I mean, fireball is a fun spell as a wizard. So, the same individuals. Let's do dex save 1, 2, 3, and then the hill giant. They're -1, and the stone giant. Jesus, 2 nat 1s for a bunch of them. Okay. All fail. 27 fire damage. They are barely standing, the giantkin. They look charred. They each have, all 3 of them have 11 hit points. And then these, the hill giant is looking wrecked, and the stone giant is looking very hurt, as they just ate basically 3 fireballs. All right. Anything for bonus?
The ghoul, everybody's actually operating under their commands now, and
Yeah.
all of these guys are within range.
All right. Let's start firing away.
So the skeletons, he's actually going to tell to shoot at the stone giant that he just fireballed.
Okay.
And so they'll all be with disadvantage except for Nima's longbow shot.
Okay. So go ahead.
So I'll roll that one first.
All right. 23 hits. Roll damage. 7. Nice.
And then the rest, the other, how many do I have up there? 5 more?
5 more. These are all a disadvantage. The AC you're looking at is 17.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so
miss,
hit.
2 hits. 2 hits only.
Yeah.
So 5, 10. Perfect. Looking really hurt now.
Okay, and then the ghouls are still doing what they said, so they would be attacking these guys, because they're heading towards that guy, so they're going to attack. They're going to go right here.
There they go, and they're going to attack the giantkin.
Yeah, on their way to getting to him.
Awesome.
So
all right.
The one on the left.
I believe ghouls get 2 attacks each.
Yes, a bite and a claw.
Yep.
So the guy
20
on the
hits,
left,
and then 15 hits, so that's 8 plus 7 is 15, and it must make a con save or be paralyzed.
Yep.
And the save is a 10, that's a 12. It is not paralyzed.
Okay, and then the other 2 will have advantage because they're flanking each other. So
yeah. 16 hits, and then 21 hits. Roll again to see if that's a crit.
I did. There's 2 claws there. A 6.
Oh, 2 claws. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that would be then 10 and 19 damage. It must make another save. Let me see. Con 16. It saves, and now do the other one. There's a crit. So that's 7 plus 12 is 19 on that one, plus 6. So that would be 19 plus 6 is 25. And then it must make a con save again. 18. It is not paralyzed, but this one looks. They both look really hurt.
That's okay. Yeah.
All right. With that being said, it is Damien. Damien, the horde is coming at you. What do you do?
So with Wall of Force, it says you can shape a flat surface made up of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. So it can be 100 feet long. Is that how
Correct.
I'm reading that? Okay.
I'm gonna say you're not gonna be able to do it directly in front, like in them, but you can do it in front of them. Like that? Is that what your goal is?
It says that if you cast it on them, you can choose which direction they get pushed out of.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Yeah. So I was going to put it on them and push the ghouls on our side and all the giants on the opposite side.
Cool. As you do that, what level spell is Prismatic Wall? Oh, sorry, a Wall Force.
It's a 5th level.
Okay. As you cast that, the Stone Speaker is going to try to counterspell you.
And can I react with a counterspell myself?
You can.
Then I will.
Okay.
And
They're
I get
upcasting.
proficiency added because of improved abjuration.
Correct, but they're upcasting. So my question to you is, what level are you casting that wall that counterspell?
Level 4.
Level 4. Okay. Roll me, because I do a little differently with my rules for it. You are a level 10 wizard, and you're casting at 4th. So roll a d20 plus 14. And I'm gonna roll for theirs. They are. Yeah. Just make sure what level they are for it. Yeah, it's the. So roll a
Does the 14 include the proficiency bonus?
Oh no, that's for the Let me actually look the abjurer thing for it. Very quickly, and yeah, this is like two powers smashing into each other. You can make a ability check. Yeah, this is a bit of an ability check. So yeah, I would add the thing. You can make an ability. You can add your proficiency. So your proficiency
is
is 4.
18.
So it'd be plus 19.
Okay, so d20 plus 19.
Correct. Ooh. All right, rollies. One more time. The both collide for it. Roll one more time as you are trying to break through that one more time. All right. For a moment, the forces are equal, and then yours overcomes it, breaks the counter, and you move your hand and you erect the wall of force.
It's like that scene in Harry Potter when Harry and Voldemort have their wands touching.
Yeah.
As the wall comes up, he screams, "You shall not pass."
There you go. But yeah, now you see like how the both powers smack and they resist until yours overcomes it and breaks the counter. And there is a wall of force blocking anyone ahead for it.
And I retreat 30 feet, and that would be my turn.
All right. How high up is the wall of force? It's 10 by 10. Okay. Gotcha. So it's only 10 feet up. So cool. All right. Alice, you are up.
Yes. So how tall is the wall?
10 feet up.
The wall I'm standing on?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the wall of force. Sorry.
No.
The wall you're standing on, it is 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, so I can just kind of like see
Yeah.
Down and over. Okay. I apologize. God, why? I don't want them closer, but at the same time, they're just too darn far away from me and my little 60-foot bard range over here.
You have Eldritch Blast.
I know. I just, sometimes I want to spice things up a little bit.
Fine.
Heaven forbid a girl have a hobby.
Hey, you were complaining before, like, I can't reach them. Now you could reach them. Like, I want something new and different.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna just... I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast, I guess.
All right, who are you
Where's
targeting?
this man? No, not that man. Yes, this man. Yes,
Okay.
this man.
Go ahead, roll Eldritch Blasts. 17 misses. Nat
About
20.
29.
And 17 misses. So one solid hit, and that's an automatic 10 for it, so 19.
Plus 5.
Plus
Wait.
5. Wait, why? Because...
Oh, no, sorry. That already adds my plus 5 into it. Sorry, I add my charisma modifier.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was about to say, why plus 5? So, there, cool. 19 points of force damage as you hit the stone speaker.
Nice.
All right. That is Alice's turn. Hill Giants. This one is going to try to shove this one aside. Smack. And then it's just going to climb over and try to smash the ghouls as it just basically is hopping a fence. And Lance, roll dex saves for the ghouls. One gets squished, the other moves out of the way. Let me roll for the damage. I'm going to do 5d10. 33! It smashes and destroys this ghoul completely. Just poor right ghoul, just a hill giant ass, just smashes down on it. And then it keeps going. That was how much speed? Let's see. I would say that I'll do half of that for its movement. Then it'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Huh. Let me just think. All right, I'm going to roll a d3. 1, it's going to attack the ghouls. 2, it's going to attack Erlon. 3, it's going to go after Lance and the Skellies. 3. All right. Attack of opportunity from the ghouls as it's going straight towards Lance and the Skellies. So Lance, roll the 2 ghoul attacks. Both hit. 9, 15. Oh, sorry, 9 and 5 is 14 points. And then it must make a con save. 23. It's fine. And that is its action and everything. This one is also going to shove this one aside. And then climb over. And then go after the wizard. Just get right there. And the other 2. Converge. And this one, converge. We're just charging, I should say. Cool. That is the hill giant's turn. And the giantkin. Okay. These, let me just do some mapping, I should say. All right. They're just going to get to the thing. These 2 also get over here. And then these. Yep. Right there. This one, let me do the math. Get right in there. And this one, get right in there. This one has to go 40, 60. Gets over there. This one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. These two, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. These two get right to the moat. And this one who's not on the carpet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And that is it for the Giantkin's turn. I'm just going to say the carpet, when you did that, when you ordered it, Zanny, it's going to start drifting 30 feet. Let me just see. Yeah, let's just say it's getting close by the giants. There we go. That is Giantkin's. Okay, Erlon, it is your turn. Round 4.
Yep. Okay, so we have this one right here.
Which one are you pointing at?
I think I'm going to do this one right here.
Yeah,
That's what I was just talking about, sorry.
Yeah, charge and swing.
I will.
Right.
Again, his face, and then start attacking.
All right, roll your first attack.
Yep. Oof. Probably not gonna hit that one.
12 misses. Roll your second attack as it parries with its club.
I have another bardic inspiration that you gave me, Chance, or no?
You
Okay.
did.
Yep.
I didn't know.
If you want to roll it right now, do it.
Yeah, well, we'll do that one time. Oh, thank God.
All right, that's a 20. 20 hits. Roll damage.
All right.
11. It had 11 hit points. How do you kill it for the camera that's filming
Thank
you right
God.
nearby?
He's literally going to point wherever the camera's at first and just make sure it's watching and call it shot, basically, and then just cleave right into its legs. I mean, it's pretty big.
All right, you point back and it looks up, and then you just immediately just jump and smack it right in the chest. You pull it down, you kick, and you slam the axe again in its head, slaying it.
Nice.
And you kill the little giant.
Do not have that much movement because I used 10 already, so I only have 30.
There's another hill giant, another hill giant over here on this side that looks like it hasn't been touched.
Also, can I talk to Erlon in my head?
Sure. Very quickly, though. Like
by the end of your turn, get back to the moat so I can reach you.
There you go.
All right, fine.
Fine.
Like I had to go all the way to it.
You got another
just
giant...
like where you started, like.
Okay, that's fine.
Against that end of the moat.
Let me measure things really quick. I use 10, 15. From there, yeah, we got enough. We're good. We have just enough actually, because it'll be 15, 30, and I had the 10 that I just used. Yeah, we're good. We're good, Chance. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Come on.
Move over this one. I will then attack that giantkin.
All right, go ahead. Roll attack. 25 hits. Roll damage. 8. How do you kill this giantkin?
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna look at the camera again and then do like a number 2. Like, let's do the second one, and then cleave into this one too.
All right, great. You decapitate him and then you hurry back.
Perfect. Yes, I will hurry back. For my bonus action, I will then. I mean. Wait, did you say, Chance? Did you say that you were going to?
No more. That was more than 6 seconds. Just do what you need to do. Come on.
Okay, so bonus action, I will then use a couple of the syringe charges.
All right, you are raging. You cannot cast a spell.
Oh fudge, that's right.
Oh, you also don't have that syringe.
Wait.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, you have it now?
Yeah,
again?
yeah. Because last session when you weren't here, we swapped. You had the ointment. There is no more ointment. I have the syringe.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and there's no more ointment. You said there's no more ointment?
Yeah, correct.
No more. You used up all the ointment.
Yeah, we used up all the charges after the last fight.
Okay, I don't have any self healing anymore. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, but it's incoming.
That's fine. Okay, so I just run back. That's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, it is the Stone Speaker's turn. They are going to go 40 feet this way. And then right in front, they're going to target you, Zanny, and they are going to, let me just confirm this. Okay, they're going to cast their, let me see with things actually. Yeah, they're going to be able to reach forward. They're going to cast a prismatic ray from it, hitting Damien and the ghouls and Zanny for it. So I'm going to roll the prismatic spray.
In
First to
response,
Damien. What was
he'll
that?
do a counter spell at level 3.
Level 3? Okay. That spell that they're casting, let me just confirm prismatic spray. Is a 7th level. Okay. So go ahead. He will try to counterspell you as well again, because this is a big spell for him. So roll your abjuration, your counter.
What would be the plus this time?
It's the same one that you did last time, so I think you did it like plus 19. Let me yep, plus 19. All right. And let me roll for him. 30. You counter the prismatic spray. And that's all they can do at that moment for it. And this one actually, with the prismatic, let me just confirm. Okay, yeah, that's more of the counterspelling requires a competed roll against the 2 casters. So yeah, he doesn't actually have to cast the counterspell. That's just you trying to overpower their magic. So, awesome. Great. You break that prismatic spray and they're not able to do anything that turn, and that's all they can do. All right. It is the mortar. Zanny, please roll 16d10 for me. Oof. Lots of ones there. Okay, let me roll. Let me just check. Okay, let me roll a couple because some of them will die even if they make it. That's a fail. Let me do the Giantkin. No, all of them take 66 points of damage. So let's see how much meat is everywhere. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. Everyone dies as a massive explosion detonates, exploding humanoid and giant. Just a blast of blood, gore, and body parts.
Zanny looks over and then looks back at the camera the red's been looking at and goes,
6. You see that the Dragonborn's filming the action. The gnome is filming like you for it because they're trying to get as much scenes as possible.
I flick you off, Zanny.
So yeah, 6 in a row. Awesome. Stone Giant's turn. Stone Giant is gonna hop over this. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, let me just see if they can just close the distance. Yeah, they are going to close the distance and just come barreling at you. They have to dash. This one is also going to dash. And they are able to reach you, Zanny, by the way.
whoo! That's scary.
Because they are giants. They are more than capable of reaching you.
That's
Does
scary.
it have to take any sort of action to climb over the wall, or is it just so big?
It's only 10 feet, and they're like 50 feet, so it's just them hopping over it for the stone giants.
Okay.
But you did stop completely the, what do you call it? The giant kid.
Yeah, and
On the right
and they
side,
have to
you turn.
dash in order to jump through it as well.
Yeah, that mortar strike on the right side too turned from 3 people into half a dozen because you funneled them in.
Yeah. No, that was helpful. I was just curious if he, like, how big they are. Now I know.
Yeah, they are at least 40 to 50 feet, if I remember the lore correctly. So that would be like for us jumping a foot or 2 feet. Especially at a running jump, 2 feet is easy for us to clear. So I think it would be reasonable for a stone giant to clear it.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
All right. That is Stone Giant's chance. It is your turn.
Okie doke. I'm gonna jump down the wall.
All right. Are you feather falling?
You said it was only 20 feet.
Yep. So roll in acrobatics. The DC is
Awesome.
only 12.
I think they, well, okay, so I cast Feather Fall just a few turns ago and affects 5 people. So wouldn't most of the group have Feather Fall already on them?
How long does feather fall last, though? Like I thought it was like
A
on
minute.
anyone. I'll allow it. Then there you go. No roll needed. You're fine.
All right then. And then I'm gonna run 30 feet to next to Erlon.
Are you walking on the water, or are you plopping and acting like you are swimming?
I mean, I'm not laying down because I won't be able to make it. I will be magical, like I'm casting Walk on Water.
Roll a deception check. I'll allow it. Roll a deception check.
Okay.
19. Okay, I'm gonna roll some insight checks on the stone giants. Insight, wisdom. All right, 1 and 2. 1 does see through it with the 19, unless you're using silvery barbs.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well.
Okay, let me re-roll that again. That's a 15. So you cast silvery barbs because you see it like kind of like looking at you, like it's looking at the water, and then what do you yell at it?
Ooh, it's cold and wet.
What?
What?
Like the water's getting in my shoes.
That is
Like,
enough to distract.
That was effective.
Like plants.
Ew, it's cold. Perfection. Okay, who are you giving advantage to?
I'll give advantage to Zanny
Oh, man.
because she's currently surrounded.
Yes. Ew. We gotta put that on a shirt. It's cold and wet.
It's a moat. I don't know what you say about water.
I know that. Yeah.
Try to convince them I'm in the water.
Yeah, just things people don't say. Awesome.
Terribly
All
effective.
right. Deception achieved for those two. Awesome. All right. So that was your reaction.
Yeah.
What are you doing for bonus and action?
Yeah. The reason I came over here was to give Erlon a pick-me-up.
All right. 23 healing. Nice.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that was all my movement, so I can't really get away.
All right.
And you know what? I'll he's made use of it so far. I'll pat him on the shoulder with my bonus action and keep going, bud.
All right. Bonus action, Bardic. Nice. All right. That solid turn chance. Zanny, what you doing?
Bonus action, we're going to disengage with my rogue bonus action.
Okay.
And then we're going to, let's see. I'm going to go up on a ramp slightly as I come back. So I get a little bit further out of their reach.
I'm going to go 25 feet back for my movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
Put this on me to remind myself to put that somewhere else next turn so I don't blow myself up.
Fair.
And then we've got the advantage. Let's definitely take it, but I'm going to aim past the big boys who I just looked in the eye of, and I'm going to target this guy on the other side of the wall.
All right. Go ahead. Roll your attack with advantage.
All right.
And this has sneak.
And we'll jerk Dreammaker out for this 3-shot sharpshooter.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. First one for sharpshooter. So dang close.
31, 26 hits. Roll damage. This has plus 10 plus sneak.
I'm going to roll all three real quick just while I'm on the screen. There we go. Last one. There we go. All right. Sneak one is 31.
31. Nice.
Another
The other two hit.
The other two hit. So, wow, that one was really good. That's another 31 without the sneak.
31. Jesus.
And then another 24 without the sneak.
24. Nice. All right.
And that's everything.
That's everything. Sweet. All right. That is Zanny's turn. It is Lance's turn.
Well, the stone giants, do they both look pretty hurt?
This one looks really hurt. This one has not taken a single lick.
And this guy?
Looking good. Like it's taking that last bit hurt it a lot, but still standing.
Okay. Lance is going to use his wand of magic missiles and burn everything in it and cast 7th level magic missile.
Okay, so that's 6 plus 3, 9 darts. So roll 9d4 plus 9. And who are you targeting?
He's gonna do 5 on that guy and 4 on the big guy.
Okay, if you're gonna split them up, then do each one 1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
So the first 5 are targeting this guy. Go ahead. All right, pause for a second. Gonna count. 5, 10, 15. Jesus, they rolled so high. 18. That does it. You have that extra 1 left.
Okay.
That kills this giant in front of Damien.
And then he's gonna do the last, I guess, 5 still.
Wait. Let me count because it's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have 5 more, but you already rolled 1.
So for
So you
2.
get
And then
3 more.
3, 4, 5.
Okay. So 2, 4, 9, 11, 14.
That was 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay.
All right. Seems whatever magical extra barrier it had breaks with all the magic missiles impacting it. But solid. That's your action. You still have bonus because the ghouls and skellies are going to operate separate from you because they have standing orders.
Right. The ghouls are... I don't have any bonus actions to do.
Okay.
I don't think. No. The ghouls are going to run around the wall.
Yep. So, what's their movements? They're going to get intercepted by these giantkin unless they're attacking them.
They're going to stop their 2 attack, but they're just going to get in range to do that.
Okay. So, what's the movement speed of them?
30, but they'd be dashing.
Dash. Okay, gotcha.
So, but they would stop when they see something there to attack, because that's their order, the way it stands.
Awesome. All right.
And then all the skellies.
You have some giantkin that haven't yet been touched here. You have one here. You have a stone giant, and then you have the stone speaker.
He's gonna have them shoot the stone giant.
All right. Go ahead.
So 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 3 hit. Roll damages for 3. 5, 9, and 5. That is 19 total. Awesome. All right. With that being said, it is Damien's turn.
I have a reaction when Lance kills that giant.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
It's a spell I barely get to use, and the reaction trigger is a creature dying.
Okay.
So, and I prepped it specifically for today just because maybe it get a chance to come out. But sorry, Lance, when you blow that one apart with the magic missiles, it literally starts blowing apart as I make the corpse explode.
Yeah.
Does that hurt me?
It's gonna hurt.
It will not hurt him. It is a 10-foot radius centered anywhere I want within that creature's corpse, so I'm going to put it all the way on the back so it doesn't hit him.
Okay, so it's gonna
cool.
hit this one. What does it? Is there a save or is it just raw damage?
It is a DC 20 dex save for acid and necrotic damage.
7. So 18, 38, 39 points of damage. Nice.
Just as the body just starts to crumple, it just starts burbling and bubbling. Zanny's just holding her hand up. You little fucking.
And just so much gore this episode.
Just blow it out literally the back end at the other guy.
Sorry, DM for movement. Lance would jump off the wall.
Okay. Damien said that there was Featherfall on 5. I'm just gonna assume it's like the main Crimson Peacekeeper, so we're fine.
Yeah, and he would just step so he's next to the water.
Cool. All right. With that being said, Damien, it is your turn.
All right, so I moved 25 feet there. Making sure I'm far enough away.
Yeah, careful. The water is cold and wet.
The water is cold and wet. I agree with you. All right, cool. Yeah. So I'm just barely away from, so I'm not 60 feet anymore. So I'll move one more just to be safe. He drops the concentration on the wall of force and casts a wall of fire. It is a circle. And he does it so that the ring is like that, hitting all those different giants.
Okay, give me 1 sec, because I'm going to try to grab a token. Fire. Why is it so hard to find a fire thing? There. There we go. All right, and that's 20-foot radius. There we go. All right, so that is going to burn Giantkins. All the giants need to make dexterity saving throws. So let's do Giantkins first. Dex 1, 2, and Stone Giant 3, and then Stone Speaker 4. All right. Ooh, natural 20s for the Stone Giants. So great. Not so great for the Giantkin, how much was spell damage for Wall of Fire?
It's 5d8 on a failed save.
Yeah,
and half on a successful.
Roll the 5d8. Because it didn't, I don't see it had rolled. So roll 5d8.
I haven't rolled it, yeah.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, these two Giantkin burn up instantly and are incinerated. This one takes 14, and the other one takes 14. And they have to get out on their turn or take the fire repeatedly. Awesome. So that was your action. Anything for bonus or movement?
Well, I did the movement before because I wanted to step away from the counterspell range.
Ah, I see.
And don't think I have any bonus actions that are not magical. Actually, I do have a bonus action.
All right, what's your bonus action?
No, I don't think it matters, actually. I was going to use telekinetic to move something, but
Okay.
there's nothing really worth it. So
Gotcha. All right. After Damien is Alice. Alice, what you doing?
Trying to figure out how to get rid of this line that I drew on the map.
Give me 1 sec.
you go to the drawing pen thing and
What
clear the
is that
drawings.
thing?
There, I got you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I was trying to measure and it was a pin.
Hey, don't tell me how you did that because I'm just gonna randomly draw things.
All right, go ahead. What you doing?
I'm gonna cast Nathier's Mischief right here. It should be able to get both of these people.
Okay. And what is the mischief again do?
I have to roll a d4 and I'll tell you.
All right, roll that d4.
It's a 20-foot cube, by the way.
Okay.
And the smell of apple pie fills the air. They have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed until the start of my next turn.
Okay, awesome. The charm, does it make them stop doing anything, or is it just charm so they're
Just
not going to
charmed.
attack?
They're just not
Okay.
gonna attack me. I
So
got
they
the
won't
worst
attack
one.
you. All right, let me put.
Wait.
Wait.
DM, please wait. I beg of thee.
What?
I want to put it here because I forgot I can move to the other side of this gosh darn circle.
Okay,
So I want to get all three of them.
there we go. As I
Right-
do
right
pie.
Yeah, right there.
All right, 20-foot cube. Give me a sec. Circle, square.
That doesn't look like apple.
Is it 20 foot? It's a 10-foot radius.
No, it's 20-foot cube.
Okay, like right there.
I was like,
Or
cubes
right
don't
here.
have a radius. Right there.
Okay, and let me make what color? Let's do yellow. All right. So they must make wisdoms.
DC 17.
DC 17. Damn. Okay. 1, 2, and Hill Giant 3. All of them fail. They are all charmed by you.
We're all besties now.
They won't attack you. They'll attack everyone else. But yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got the worst one. It's really unfortunate, but it's fine.
Okay. Cool.
That is,
your
oh,
action.
For my bonus action, I'm going to pull out my handy dandy ruler again and do nothing.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Wait, I
So-
can. I'm gonna. Erlan has inspiration, doesn't he?
Yes.
All right, I'll inspire Lance then.
Okay. You could also inspire Zanny or Damien as well. But Lance it is. What do you say to Lance?
I told Ambition to not let me die, so why don't you be the harbinger of ambition and don't let me die?
You say to Lance.
Yes.
Awesome. Lance, you feel inspired.
Good.
All right.
Look, I'm the one person he's not allowed to let die. We're out of a business. What is a body without a soul?
There you go. Hill Giant's turns. Yours 2 only left. So, this one is going to grab the tree, rip it out, and chuck it at Damien. So, Damien, let's roll. 24 to hit, doing 15 bludgeoning damage as a tree whacks you in the face a bit. Then this Hill Giant is going to come charging. 30
How
feet.
much damage was it?
15.
15. All right, so it knocks 15 off of my.
Ward. So it
Yeah.
bounces off. It hits the ward, scraping it as a tree collapses into the moat. All right. This one is charmed, but it's just going to go 5, 10, 15, and then it's going to throw itself into the water, just belly flop, and try to be swimming. And I'm going to roll a intelligence because it is illusion. Yeah, it thinks it's just crawling and clawing at the dirt, but it's really just it thinks it's water. It's just dirt. and it just basically, it doesn't even get all the way because it only has 30 feet and it went prone. But it is dashing, so it'll get all the way across. It's still prone at the moment, though. So I'm going to put prone on it. Let's put prone. There we go. That's the only hill giant left. Giantkin. These two are going to jump in. And I'm going to roll some intelligence for it. 1, 2. Yeah, there. That's half movement. Then dashing. 20. As they reach the other side, these two are able to stand up, though. That was the waste of their turn. These two are going to belly flop, and let's see if they are going to realize anything. Intelligence. What's your save, Damien?
17.
Okay, one rolled a 16, so they still don't realize anything. They swim across and then stand back up. All right, this one is gonna attack this ghoul. Do 2 attacks, 1 and 2. Nat 1 and a 24, so he's gonna use his reaction to not drop his spear, and then that's going to be 12 piercing damage to left ghoul lance.
Okay.
So, and then this one, I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if he goes back for his friend. Nope. He's going to charge, go flat, and let me roll his intelligence. Nope, and he just gets one there. All right. Top of the next round, round 5. And this might be our last round, and we may have to pause the combat in the middle of it. I apologize, but let's see what happens. Erlon, what's Erlon doing?
Can I climb over this this giant right here?
These are bodies. Well, not this one because it exploded. So it.
Oh, so he's basically gone. He's eviscerated. Cool.
Yeah, because it exploded per Zanny.
I gotcha. Cool. So we will we'll go over to this one right here.
Give me 1 sec. Gotta accidentally deleted the giant with the,
you're fine.
the initiative. There we go. And it had a 19. Cool. All right, you go over there.
All right. Yep. And then we're gonna start attacking this one.
All right, go ahead.
Ba-ba-ba.
Roll your 2 attacks and bonus if you want to attack. 20 hits. Roll damage. 9. Awesome. Second attack.
9.
And if you want to try to break its armor.
No, I'm just doing straight attacks.
Okay. 27 hits. Roll damage. 11. Awesome. Do you want to use your bonus to attack?
Yeah, we'll probably just try to get it down.
Cool. Roll your 3rd attack. 26 hits. Roll damage.
It's gonna reroll. There we go.
16. Nice. All right. Solid amount of damage. And any other movement you want to do?
I already used my bonus action. I think we'll we'll stay there. We'll stay there. That's fine.
Cool. All right. It is the Stone Speaker's turn. They are upset and they want to get out of the fire. They will do that. And they're going to go try to do one last thing. Let's see. Let me just measure something really quickly. Yeah, that'll do. 20 feet over here. They're going to cast Prismatic Spray again. And
I'll do my last counter spell. Oh,
right.
no, I actually have two. So I have this one and one more potentially.
Okay. Roll off to try to break the magic for it.
Alright. We got 1 d20 plus 19. Not
Prismatic
118.
is 7th level, so 10 plus 7. No, you are not able to break the magic of the prismatic spray. And it's going to target 4. It's going to target you, Damien, Chance, Zanny, and Erlon.
Oh, and just a heads up, because I use Abjuration, my arcane ward goes back to 25.
Nice. Again, Abjuration Wizards are awesome. They're super tanky. All right, let's roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Yep. All right. So, Damien, you rolled the 1. You get hit with fire. Let's 33 fire damage you take. Chance, you got hit with the 4, which is dreadful blue. So you're gonna get hit with Damien, real quick, roll a. Let me just check on a failed save. Yeah, Damien, roll a DC 17 dex save.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna use my reaction.
Oh, so
Like-
close.
I want to see if I can cutting words that.
Cutting words, what? Oh,
The
magic?
20. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Good. We'll allow it to weaken the magic.
All right. And
Two.
I'll use my inspiration to see if I can get higher than that.
4. 24. Unfortunately, no. Good effort, but yeah. All right. Damien, 16. You are also blinded. You cannot see. Let me mark that. There's a blind. This one. There we go. All right. Chance, you got hit with the blue. You're going to take normal. You're going to take 35 necrotic. And I need you to also make a dex save, please. $14. Okay, you are also frightened by the giant.
Dude, I'm always frightened.
Yeah. All right.
Chances like that's default emotion.
That's default emotion. Third one, wow, the other 3 were all dreadful blues. Okay, Zanny, roll a dex save for me. Eight. You take 39 necrotic, and you are frightened.
I am very thankful that I have resistance to necrotic damage.
Then you are halved. It is only 20. And Big Blue, I'm not going to ask you to roll. I'm still going to ask you to roll dexterity to see if you can cut the damage, but you're automatically immune to frightened.
Yep. And who the hell is Big Blue?
Oh, sorry, Big Red.
Is there an alternative counter you go?
Alternate universe, yeah.
Alternate universe,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Blue hair. Yep. So roll your dex save.
Dex save? Okay.
Yep.
I think we just found your nemesis that you haven't met yet.
Yeah.
And then this is something I'm obviously seeing.
Yep. So you have advantage.
Okay,
But
so I can roll
17
again.
already you pass it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So 28 or 27
Jesus
half
Christ.
is 14 necrotic you only take.
14 necrotic. Gotcha.
After doing that, it is going to start moving away 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh,
right.
It's running away.
Mortar is up. It doesn't. It reloads. And I think that is a good place to pause. As we are at 9:58. We will see next time what happens with Damien getting blinded. Each turn you'll be able to try to save against it. Yeah, this man. But you guys have already done a number. Let me see how many giants you've killed before I call it. 2, 3, 4, 5 giants, and pretty much only, or 5, 1, 2, 3,
9 small ones.
9 small ones. So you pretty much 2/3 of their forces have been decimated. So, or destroyed, I should say.
But there's a
Decimated
big
means-
boy.
So, we will see some giants are reaching the wall. We'll see if the wall lasts, and we'll see what happens next time. Damien, you'll be here next week, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all for joining, and hope everyone has a great night. See you all next week. Take care.
Have a good night.
Hey.
Again,